And hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. We are Hard Knock Dice. My name is Jonesy, your dungeon master for the evening, and these beautiful people around me are your heroes for the evening and my best friends. Today we continue across Eberron, but before we do, if I can, please get an exclamation mark charity in the chat. We're raising money with Extra Life for the Children's Healthcare of Atlantis. So go click on that link, do the lawful good thing, open your hearts and wallets to a really great wallets. Open your wallets, hearts and wallets to a really great cause. Words are essential to DMing. Who knew? And also shouting out our charity, which we're raising money for. Please go click on that link, do some good in this world, and save a kid. So open your heart wallets. Exactly. Also known as the aorta. So, any other announcements? Anything else? No? Nothing? All right, wonderful. Well, in that case, if you missed last week, we had a one-shot that was set in this wonderful world of Across Eberron. Maybe that will come into effect here, maybe not. We shall see. But nevertheless, we're going to start off with our recap. Our shining vanguard, our dear heroes here. One short at the moment, actually, missing their dear friend Gandwin, who has decided to take up the throne of Karnath. He now sits on the throne in Korth, making decisions that will impact the course of this coming war with Zoriat. Our heroes now make their way north to help out their dear friend Azur, who worries about his mother's safety, who is revealed to be none other than the Baroness of House Lyrandar. Azur communicated to them that he had tried all of the official channels to try and get a hold of her. He's tried to have meetings with her. He has tried to catch her any sort of meetings that she has had pre-planned. However, she has had none on her schedule for weeks now. He has begun to worry about her safety and has conscripted his friends to assist. They now head north to Stormhome, the tropical island paradise, or I should say the magical tropical island paradise that sits in the far north. The seat of House Lyrandar, to see what may be going on. On this journey, some conversations were being had, and namely, Crowley approached Kaushik to cast Resurrection on him, a costly spell, one that would cost this party all of its diamonds and would cost Kaushik the majority of her power for some time. But worth it? We'll see. We're gonna pick right back up. Kaushik and Crowley, we're gonna pick right back up with that conversation where Crowley has just revealed to you, Kaushik, that his daughter is trapped within him. He needs to be resurrected and he needs to be the target of the spell. He has provided the diamonds. You have the other diamonds on your person. What are you two doing?
Dramatic pause from last time.
I'm trying to remember the last thing you said. Because I know we cut it at what he said, but I can't remember what it was.
The very last sentence I gave was, I have been trapped in my daughter's body for 4 years. Thus her soul has been locked away. And then I produced this dog that you never saw before, and he was like, nice to meet you, and that took all the bad thoughts away.
A short, fat, barking mosquito.
Yes. I've been hiding it all along.
Just a stubby little... Every time we hear a mosquito bark, it's the one Crowley's been carrying. Kaushik is just kind of staring at Crowley, dumbfounded. She doesn't mind doing the spell, but the situation has her brain going burr.
Of course I'll answer any questions you might have. Saying, and from a young girl's face, Crowley's voice.
I recognize her, right? From the ball that we went to?
Yeah.
Yes, Crowley did say last session that you recognize her. However, she looks emaciated and like she just hasn't had any nutrition in years.
Gotcha. How did this happen?
The morning. When I went to go find my family that morning, we were caught up in the flash, and I woke up like this. Did you hear this? He's like, I bet you. He hasn't been in the campaign for a while. I bet Gorham's just sitting outside the door with my brother, and they're just yelling.
The morning did this to you. What? And the rest of your family, what happened to them?
Dead, as far as I know.
Oh, Crowley, I'm so sorry. Yes, it's gonna take a lot out of me to do this, but
I understand.
we can do this. Do you know if there's going to be any kind of side effects?
I don't care. I've told Gandalin, he was wrong as usual, that I was already dead. There's no point in trying to save me. All that matters is the soul. If you can pull me out, all the better. But if not, do not hesitate for one moment to get her soul instead.
Should I talk to the others? Should I inform them at least?
This is a decision you can inform them afterwards.
Oh.
It's better that it is done alone.
All right. I guess let's. If you're ready.
I have no time for second guessing or for any misguided attempts to wait for longer. It will be done now.
All right, let's go. And then I'll give me the diamond. I'll give me the diamonds with my hands.
Diamond. You've got the diamond.
And I guess we're in Crowley's room, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Kaushik's room. Crowley's or Kaushik?
Crowley's room. Crowley's room.
Okay. I guess I'll just motion him to sit down on like the bed, and then or to lie down, I guess, on the bed. Maybe that would probably be better. So just motion toward him. Get comfy.
All right, he'll just lie down.
And so it begins. Kaushik will cast Flame Strike. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Before I die, I'm just like, I always knew you were the traitor.
I guess it's good that I have a map of the airship. Everybody roll initiative.
Let's go.
No, nobody rolls initiative. This is a surprise round. They don't roll initiative yet. Kaushik will cast Resurrection.
And that's one action.
That is an hour casting time, apparently.
Hour casting.
It's instantaneous is the duration. The casting time is 1 hour.
Okay.
So.
I think, or I like to think that it's mostly the preparation of the space that's probably going to take you an hour here, less the casting. Setting up everything, setting up Crowley in the center of his bed here with the various other necessities that aren't the diamonds, candles, and what the like, and certain ley lines of magic. And then part of that just Kaushik preparing herself because she knows what this is about to pull from her. Place the diamonds over the subject's heart, much like you have every time in the past. Pile of diamonds, leaving you with nothing but 100 gold worth of diamonds in your inventory. Okay.
And then before the spell is actually cast, Kaushik is going to take the diamonds around his chest. Kaushik is going to take Crowley's hands and put them over the diamonds and let her hands linger on his for a bit. Just look him in the eye and say, "Good luck, my friend."
He'll give a rare smile.
Oh,
That's not a mask.
he smiled at me. Okay, and then I guess after the hour's up, let's get it.
Okay.
Koshik's hovers her hand over. Well, she'll. Oh my god, I keep hearing him in the background. Sorry, I don't know if y'all can hear him, but he's like. Koshik will raise. Like her hands were resting on Crowley. She'll raise her hands up, but still lingering over. Um, and the familiar white magic will start swirling from her hands down onto his chest area, and her eyes will go white, and just a gentle iridescent glow from her body as the spell is cast.
The diamonds shatter across Crowley's form. Your eyes are closed in anticipation, going to the location that you always do, cabin in the woods. And then you open your eyes, and you are in Crowley's room still. The diamonds shattered across his chest, motes of light crawling over his skin. Koshik does not find herself in the land between life and death. Leaves you in a moment of confusion. Then it dawns on you. That isn't where Crowley is. But if Crowley, the spirit speaker, the puppeteer of the not yet crossed over, isn't between the border of life and death, where is he? Our camera now pans to a different location, somewhere far off. Nothing but black expanse falls around you, Crowley, as you stand in your full bardic accoutrement, reds and purples, glorious. And around you, masks. Untold amounts of masks. The hollow shells of shallow identity that you've shown everyone you've met for the past 3 years. These many, many masks spin slowly and weightlessly around you, forming a corridor, a path that leads somewhere. One direction leading somewhere back into the limelight, somewhere back to center stage to complete the story untold. Behind you lies a red curtain, drawn open for now. The end of the show, should you call it. To gracefully bow out of existence, to signal the curtain call. The choices we must make. To walk into the darkness of backstage, the many discarded masks of our existence laying at our feet, bearing our true selves to nothing but the void. Or to appease the audience. To be beckoned by the encore and let the stage lights shine upon our masks, revealing only what we wish to the world. So what will it be, Crowley? Is it time for the roses to hit the stage at your feet? The tragedy of a sacrificial father who did what he needed to do? Or is the audience, are you, deserving of the next act?
Crowley's going to step up on the stage and look out on what is the empty theater. And he's going to be very slow, and he's going to just look and see. He's going to look to every seat, looking to see if there's a single member in attendance, while kind of looking longingly at the curtain. Is there anyone else in the room?
There's an audience. You can't make them out. Not that they ever really mattered anyways, except for to be the audience. Can't see faces, just shadows of people out there. Other characters. No one else is around. It's just you. And along that corridor of masks, up on the stage, from the stage, in a single column of shining white light, a singular mask floats around in it.
It's floating right now in a column.
Column of light. Yep, on stage. Center light.
Crowley's going to walk around it, his body feeling more weary as he takes every step. Age catching up to him, so much different than the past 4 years. And he's going to turn his back to it, moving toward the curtain, before pausing and standing tall and turning and reaching for the mask once again.
As you walk through, the masks that are floating on either side of you begin to spin away from you into the darkness, as if actors and actresses in blackout suits wearing the mask turn their backs to you as they exit stage left and stage right. Singular beam of white with the mask in it. As you stare at it, the audience in front of you murmurs of contemplation and anticipation. As you grab the mask and put it on, applause. As white light shines, blinding vision once more as you're beckoned into the world of living. Kaushik, as this happens, what is akin to spider legs sprout from either side of Crowley's mask, bringing him out of his face, away from his body, his lower half staying mounted on the bed. In between him, these spider legs that are from the mask, as they pull his upper torso away from his lower torso, you see flesh akin to twisting dough being pulled away from each other. Crowley, you were pulled once, and you, in front of you, Kaushik, you see two beings after the spell is complete. One, Crowley, that has spider legs retracting back into the mask itself. Crowley, your form at full hit points. Another form laying slowly breathing on the mattress beneath you.
So spider leg mask is now a full form Crowley?
Mm-hmm.
And then he's accidentally laying on top of his daughter.
He is standing on the other side of the bed currently.
I thought he was like laying.
No, these spider legs put themselves into the roof and the bed frames and lift this other form of Crowley out of what it looks like. The other character is unstirring. Crowley, you stand there in front of your own bed and your own body from what it looks like.
Crowley?
I live. No.
Kaushik immediately takes up a defensive stance if that's what he says, because she's concerned. Hand on dagger.
The body with the mask will just start like reaching up and touching his face mask and the rest of his body.
Both of you are wearing masks. I will say that the one lying down on the bed looks like a simple theater mask. The one that is on your face, as you lift up and you trace your fingers along it, it is your face.
Okay. Crowley will like...
And by that, I mean the mask is your face.
Right. Are there any differences in my body from the one I was before now, whatsoever, physically, that I can tell as I look down upon myself?
Are you looking at you standing here? You are completely separate from this creature that is laying on the bed.
Yes, I want, like, there's a mirror in Crowley's room, of course there is. Is there any difference than he's been physically the past 4 years?
Only the intimate ones that Crowley could be able to tell by himself just by feeling through his clothing, maybe his hands. That's about it. You feel...
Crowley's gonna
Oh, go ahead.
Crowley's gonna immediately move to, like, you know, the body on the bed and, like, just, like, you know, drop to his knees. And he's going to, like, gingerly, like, almost like cautious to touch the mask. He's going to reach for it and peel it from the face of the being on the floor. Someone on the bed.
Yeah. Reach your hand down. Pull the mask away and up. A face you haven't seen in the third person in over 3 years now. Your daughter lies there, emaciated, sleeping, but breathing.
Crowley is just going to use both hands and cradle her hand in his, and just a heavy, racking sob is going to choke him as he places his head down on the side of the bed. And, you know, just between his sobs of grief, you can hear him say at last, "I can touch you. I can see you. You're here again."
Couple of, as you're saying this quietly, you get the stirring of a little bit of movement, and eyelids barely part open. Father. A slight smile, and she immediately falls back asleep.
You know, just another, like, dry, like, gasping sob, like he's almost forgotten how to cry, really. And he's going to, like, just... Talia, you will not be in the dark anymore. I promise. And he's going to turn to Koshik. Thank you, Koshik. I will thank you properly later, but can you please give me some time to watch over my daughter? She's been asleep for so long. She's going to need someone to let her know just how long it's been.
Koshik is visibly weaker, worn out, the smiliest smile that she can muster. Of course. And then she turns and shambles back into her own room, where she will lie on the bed for 12 hours, hopefully. But
I'll say you will get a short rest.
That's fine.
As you'll be to storm home within the hour.
I'm gonna stay on the boat.
Probably a bit of an odd experience as you sit here and look at your daughter after all these years. She's worn out. You can tell the bare minimal of a medicine check. It's gonna take time. Coming back from whatever's happened. This is gonna take weeks and weeks of recouping, of recovering. Only time is gonna tell if she's back to her full self or not. But she's safe. She's here on the ship with you.
Right. And Crowley will say, I've waited for 3 years. What are a few weeks more?
For those at the top of the ship or elsewhere around on the Stormbringer, none the wiser to what may be going down below. Whatever you may be doing in your shops or up in the garden, Stormhome is in view. Nilbo will call out to all of you that the spire is in sight. You notice changed it. The spire is in sight. The parking place for airships in Stormholm. He gives you a heads up that he'll be able to get you into Stormholm easy peasy, because he's with House Lyrandar. He could probably even get you to the Lyrandar estates. Yeah, past that point, he is unsure. So, what are the rest of you doing? You have about an hour until you part, if anything.
I'm hanging out with good old Bill before I'm probably gonna have to leave him. Just casually drinking on some drinks, savoring it, and mockingly seeming posh.
Okay. So
Drinking wine instead of ale.
Bill, you tricked me. This is not beer at all. What? This is not even whiskey. What is this? Grape juice? Why you give me grape juice? As you guys are standing on the balcony of the store, the railing of the Stormbringer, where their garden is that you planted so long ago. Different plants in here now from some odd occurrence a few weeks ago. But there is a stark difference as you're standing out here. And all of a sudden, the winter clothes that you've been wearing for so long get hot. It is warm. You feel warm, the warm breezes of summer just blasting you in the face as you get here. And the jackets that you're wearing, the various snow boots, get overwhelmingly hot. As Bill says, they have nice beaches, I see. And just white sand beaches around the homes, or the coasts of Stormholm. Maybe I get off the ship for a little bit, and you let me know when you're ready. I'll be on the beach.
Yeah, don't
Beach
get
is-
there first.
Beach is practically swamp, just big water, like big puddle.
Yes, beaches and swamps, identical.
Can't deny his logic. Makes total sense to me.
Otto, for his part, will be out on the deck of the ship, practicing his music, and in a similar, attempting to be classy fashion, has a glass of whiskey that he is wafting while he plays or tries to play music.
Somewhere Soul wishes to be a part of this performance. But speaking of performances, please do give me a performance check.
Oh, I apologize for everyone else on the deck just ahead of time. That'll be a what? I don't have the perform skill.
Charisma.
What? Charisma. Okay, that was, I didn't know if it was like Dex or Charisma or what. Open my character sheet. Whatever. That's why I have multiple character sheets. With my +1. Hell yeah, double digits. 10 on the dice for a total of 11.
Okay, not bad.
Got some high cross buns going on.
Yeah, it's a little. I'd say high cross buns is like a 5 or a 6. You know, we've gotten some green leaves or something going on. However, from the help of Soul and Crowley, you're getting okay at this.
Playing that chord just over and over again.
Novo sails up to the spire, docking the airship effortlessly there. A couple of words to fellow House Lyrandar associates, signing in under the Stormbringer and the Shining Vanguard. All right then, folks. If you can be going straight there, I can lead you down to the Lyrandar estate. Azur, I don't know how the she's my mom thing's gonna work out for you, so you may want me to do the talking for right now. They may just think you're crazy, mate. Not gonna lie. But it's up to you. You take whatever route you want to. If not, I know a good couple of good bars around here, then I might just go snag a drink at.
Right, yes, I obviously wasn't going to do that when I got there. But yes, thanks for the advice.
I've been traveling around with this group for a long time. It wouldn't surprise me.
That's fair.
Very well, then. It will lead you off the ship and down the spire, multiple stories down to the main island of Stormholm. This far north, even though the weather is magically controlled, this far north, you see light for a much longer time than you do next to the equator. Even though it is probably close to 8 or 9 p.m., the sun is still setting almost. It's still high enough in the sky to where it casts this beautiful shadow of these white marble buildings and just shadows across the island. It's gorgeous. Dark blue seas crashing into rocky shores and white sand beaches. Very clearly why this is a place of destination for the rich and the seat of House Lyrandar. The question is, does Koshik and Crowley join?
I'll join.
Okay. Do you tell Erish about Talia?
I put a sign in wonky writing, do not enter, death. No, I'm kidding, no. I will speak to Erish.
Okay. He is, let's see. Currently, it seems like he's getting ready to go down the spire. He's just getting some things together right now, but he is packing up currently.
Erish,
Yes, sir.
a favor, if you will.
Of course.
We've recently had a new person come aboard. My daughter. She is very weak right now, and she requires some attendance in the meantime, or at least the interim while we're down at the spire.
So, I'm sorry, your daughter.
Yes.
And where did we pick up this passenger? We just got here.
I'm very quick and, what's the word we're looking for here, Erish?
Magic.
We picked her up, Erish. And if you will come with me, I will show her to you. You will see once you have taken note of her condition.
Of course. Takes his pack and sets it down and grabs some what looks like medical supplies. Not exactly sure what he's walking into.
Crowley will open the door. All the symbols and everything gone. Tidy room once again. And he will open the door and hold it open for Erish to see the figure on the bed.
Mm-hmm. Do you allow him in or just from the door?
No, allow him in. I beckon him.
He just sort of stares for a moment. May I?
Yes.
He walks towards her and just gonna roll a medicine check real quick. He does some fairly basic things, just checking her pulse, checking her breathing, it seems like. Turns to you. She's gonna need some extensive watching over for some time. She's very, very weak.
She was even weaker before. But now, she is in far better condition than she once was, Erish. She will require some attention, and it is my hope that you will watch over her.
Of course.
Very good. I appreciate it.
Sort of looks back to her and at the closed door and at the sign that says "Do not enter death." Then looks at you and says,
I hide that. I just wipe my hand subtly over it. It's gone. Just like, no. Don't even look at it. Just.
Am I to... Should she be kept a secret here?
I will tell everyone in good time. When she's stronger. Or before then. You must recognize, Erish, I'm very clandestine. I'm not used to sharing secrets. But all in good time.
Very well. I'll take care of her.
Thank you, Erish. And Crowley's going to move to the bed, and he's going to remove the sword that's been on his hip all this time, and he's going to place it next to her on the near the bed.
Okay.
He's gonna look at her. I doubt she'll wake up, but if she does, she'll feel more comfortable with this near her side.
Eris gently picks it up and just sets it on the chair, like right beside her. Maybe if she wakes up confused, I will have a chance to explain where she is without holes in me.
It's up to you.
If it is up to me, I would much rather explain it without holes in me then. That is
Well,
the preference.
I doubt she'll attack you immediately, Erish, but when you've had a civil conversation with her, it'll be so that she knows her hands better.
But better not left a chance. Go. I'll look after
Very
her.
well. Thank you. And Crowley will turn, flourish, and walk away. Still got it. New body, still got it.
New body, who dis? Okay.
Long, slender figures, pale white skin. I can touch you.
Kaushik, what are you doing?
Kaushik will not be joining the party. She knows that she is of little to no use to them in her condition, and it doesn't seem like they'll immediately be getting themselves into trouble anyway, so I am staying on the airship trying to rest.
Why would you
Does
ever
she
think
know
that? You've been grouped with these people for months.
We're just here to say hi to Azur's mom. That's all.
We've managed to make enemies with entire factions without even touching the ground.
We just gotta find Azur's mom and say, hi mom, and then we'll be on our way.
Yes, it is going to be exactly that simple. No problems.
So, Crowley, Artyom, Azur, Otto, you find yourselves at the Spire. Are all your packs ready to go? Bill is joining you. Erish tells you that he is not, that he's needed on the ship right now, but he may be joining you later if he can, just to give him a message. And then he just says he needs to wrap up some things on the ship for now. Is anybody, but Kaushik is not joining you. Is anybody checking on Kaushik or no?
That's what I wanted to do after I walked away from Erish.
Sure.
If Otto noticed everyone was squadding up and didn't see Kaushik, he probably would either ask, has anyone seen her, or go look for her himself, depending on how close to actual leave time it was.
Gotcha. We'll start with Crowley since you're walking past her room going up anyways, and we'll go from there.
Weakly from the bed, Kaushik will say, come in.
Crowley will enter the room. Peek in. Hello, Kaushik.
How's it going with her?
She is still very weak. Erish reckons she'll need weeks, if not more, to fully recover.
So you've told everyone, huh?
Only Erish.
Oh.
I figure we can tell them together after you're feeling better. I know that magic took something out of you.
Right.
As such, I was going to let Erish know that you'll be staying aboard, correct?
Right, yeah. Just let the others know I'm not feeling well.
Absolutely. And if there's anything you would... Yes, exactly. If there's anything else I can procure for you while I am out and about, simply let me know.
Crowley at the top of the ship. You're all gathered now here without caution.
I let Erish know, since it's like, all right. Koshik will be staying behind as well. She's a little weak. Thank you. Bye.
Very well.
Wait, what's wrong with Koshik?
I go upstairs, and now I'm just like, oh, Koshik's a tad weak after some magic she was casting for me. She'll be right as rain in another 6 hours. 8, 9,
11.
11.
Very powerful magic.
Eh.
Did she do?
Oh. Healing magic.
Arjo just look Crowley up and down like, what are you missing something?
Oh, yes, I was.
Otto, just in a cheerful tone. She is very good at that. I am quite sure that she was successful in whatever she was attempting.
She absolutely was.
That is excellent to hear.
Large, unnatural smile on the mask.
So, I rolled an insight check. It's a natural 1, so Archim's going to have some stupid ideas about what happened.
That's fine.
Otto didn't roll an insight check because he doesn't look too deeply into his friend's activities.
And
His
let's
family-
be honest,
his
either way,
family's activities.
Crowley didn't say a single word that was not true.
Zor at that point would probably just kind of sigh, think to himself, God, Crowley's fucking.
Said what?
Oh, so I gotta make a
Crap.
perception
You
check?
have to
You're
talk into your
screaming
mic,
out
Wyatt.
here.
You have to point it
Into
towards
the
your mouth,
microphone.
otherwise we can't hear you, man.
Yeah.
He said Crowley's fucking weird. I heard him.
I heard him too. But anyway, let's go. We have business to be about to, do we not? Koshik will be good to go tomorrow.
All right then. Off we go. And down the steps of the spire, I hate all of you so much. I hate all of you so much. God damn it. Please. No. Okay. You walk down the spire. This airship dock. And probably the most airships gathered here that you've seen. And by that I mean like 6 or 7 of them all in the same place, just parked there. All House Lyrandar ships. You walk down the spire to this beautiful landscape, and immediately as you get here, it's like walking to the tourist part of of a lot of cruise destinations where there are shops, various shops that are going to be of no use to the Shining Vanguard. It is going to be a bunch of overpriced local merchandise that you're welcome to spend gold on should you want a souvenir or trinket of Stormholm. But other than that, it is nothing mechanically useful, but you know, maybe some like conch shells, large conch shells, and of the sort. Shot glasses, yeah, shot glasses and t-shirts.
Yeah.
Royalty-free liquor, that sort of stuff.
Hey, that helps Otto out a lot.
I imagine there's just like all sorts of like cheesy sayings like, I got monsooned at Stormholm, and it's like some fucking bar shit. I got
Jesus
wasted.
Christ.
That's probably down on the other side of the beach. This is you've stepped off in the richer parts of Stormholm at the moment.
Where's the spring break part though? That's where
Yeah,
we
that's
need.
what, that's on the like the northwestern side of the island.
Otto will grab a couple of souvenirs.
Sure. Yeah, like let's. You tell me what you want. We can. Again, nothing mechanically useful here, but anything your mind can imagine as far as different sorts of trinkets and low level magic, sort of like the shell actually, like if you put your ear to it, it has the sound of ocean coming from it because someone has enchanted it to do so, that sort of thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
some gaudy, locally branded piece of jewelry, and then one of those shot glasses.
Okay. All right. So like I said, this is probably not a shot glass. That's on the spring break side. That's on the northwest side of the island. But you'll
Gotcha.
probably get like a snifter, like a whiskey snifter.
Sure. They are
Okay.
for his grandparents anyway, so.
Okay.
Can we get
So-
Bill? Oh,
I was just saying, like, some gaudy, like, jewelry with whatever the local branding or sayings on it, and then, like, a whiskey snifter, like, something along those lines for his grandfather. One of
Spend
each.
how much gold you would like to.
We'll go
minimum of
ahead and
4,000.
Minimum of two.
minimum of 2.
Minimum of
no, I
2
was-
gold.
I was gonna say about 100 gold total.
You get the necklace costs some money, and you get like a nice crystal whiskey snifter. Yeah.
so, do they have Hawaiian shirts here?
Not Hawaiian shirts, they're Stormhome shirts
Stormhome
in
shirt.
Eberron.
Tropical,
offended.
festive tropical shirts of T-shaped.
Or of shapes of like various creatures and animals in long patterns with like bright, vibrant colors.
It's one of those things that's
These are
going to be on the
Principality
spring break
shirts.
side of the island. They don't have them here. You have to make a trip down there. All right.
Not for me, for Bill.
Right. Leading you through these just beautiful streets, these white marble houses, walking through, eventually you guys get to a compound that Nilbo will call the Lyrandar Estate. After talking through a couple of agents of Lyrandar, a couple of house agents of Lyrandar, he's let in with the group as you're all given like name tags to walk on these estates and to be kept track of. Hi, my name is Artium is like on a lanyard around your neck. As you're walked through these estates, you're walked up to what looks to be a place of business, really, a concierge or liaison, maybe a consulate of some sort, with other different very large buildings behind them, ending on the top of a cliff of Stormhome facing the western side of the island. That is just a intricate but monolithic structure of white marble on the cliffside. Entering in here, a lot of it turns from very calm and serene to very chaotic pretty quickly. You see people sort of scrambling around and like different agents of Lyrandar moving around this place, talking to each other, various folders and files. They're talking to agents of House Civis, it looks like. You hear a bunch of people that are, and just the base perception checks here, we'll hear a bunch of runner. Yes, we know you would wish for a comment from House Lyrandar. We will be back with you shortly. Please, you've asked us 4 times now. We'll be with you shortly. And then we pan to another agent of House Lyrandar that is speaking to a group of what look like an eclectic group of Drow, Duragar, and other folks of the Underdark. As the agent doesn't look too far down, speaking to what seems to be the leader of this group, saying, I understand of what you need, sir, but right now the Baroness is not available to speak. So please, put your name on the list and we will get back to you shortly. And Brune, if you would, please describe your character and the person he is talking to.
Yeah, so Brun is a 5 foot even Duragar, I guess at the moment, not fully armored up, has so she's smooth on top, that ashen like dark gray complexion. All Duragar have those pure white eyes. His beard, instead of kind of being big and flowing, while it is still kind of like mid chest length, it is just one enormous like braid that has been braided all the way down and is fastened in several places by thick bands of metal. Armor is ornate in this very matte.
Ian, put your mic closer to your mouth. You're
Closer to my mouth.
Yeah,
Hello.
there we go. It's going in and out.
But ornate full plate that is burnished silver. I'm watching you for a reaction if you start struggling to hear me.
Yeah, I don't know what your mic is doing. Is it plugged in?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm lighting up, so I have no clue.
Yeah, you're transmitting. It's just not very well.
I think it's doing that like auto balance that it like starts to pick up the volume and then cuts it off, and then starts to pick up the volume and cuts it off. That's what it sounds like.
Go ahead with your character description.
But ornate full plate that is a coloration of like burnished, almost like matte silver, as well as like orange tones all throughout it. The helm tucked under one arm is fashioned in the shape of a bullet head, so that kind of curving sharply down with like elongated slits on the sides where the eye holes would be. On his like right hip is this long, equally ornate war pick that is covered in I don't know what language everybody speaks, but I'm just throw it out there of a mixture of dwarvish and giant half.
Try to adjust it again. I don't know what's going on, man. It's just super hard to hear you.
I'm just gonna do this.
Hey, that sounds good.
Does that sound okay? I'm just gonna talk like this.
Yeah.
But with the pick and the hammer end of the war pick itself, of this deep purple, translucent, almost kind of like you can see the all the facets in it of this of if it's crystalline or if it's some kind of metal alloy, unclear. On his right hip, and I guess of note, he is heavily tattooed. You can see tattoos like details unspecific, but covering his hands going back up under his armor from where his gauntlets are off. See it kind of sticking up onto his neck and a little bit onto kind of like his lower jaw and chin. And I guess he has a shield and stuff somewhere, but they're hanging out. It's not like hanging, like sitting on the floor, leaned up against him as he's talking to this guy. She's unavailable. I would like to know where she is.
I need you to move it close because your mic's struggling, bro. Something's happening. It's worse. It's worse.
I don't know, man. I can mess with my sound settings, but
Sure, mess with your sound settings real quick. I'm gonna ask Shining Vanguard. Those of you that are here, please roll a perception check for me.
My mind is blown by this man making different voices in front of me.
Well, starting off the day strong with a 30 and a natural 20.
Right.
Not quite
23.
24.
Okay. 23, 24, 30. Jeez.
I was very excited about my roll as the first roll until Ken opened his fucking mouth.
24.
Can I roll Arcana instead?
If he gets to roll Arcana, I want to roll. No, I'm kidding.
I will say you can roll Arcana after Artyom. You see this Duragar speaking to this liaison, but it's not the Duragar that's so interesting to you at first. It is the war pick that hangs off of his side. The purple sort of worked into it with these crystalline structures. Artyom, they're very reminiscent of what was worked into Melgrim's axe.
Oh. All right. So like the same material as Melgrim's axe?
That's what it looks like. Where Melgrim's axe was repaired with it, like worked with it, and you would know from the stories that Garum told that he was the one that repaired Melgrim's axe, that it was with Bishik. Some of the like some stores of Bishik that some of the last stores that Eberron had it, and he worked it into Melgrim's axe. So, but this on like either side is not repaired with it; it is made of it.
Oh, okay.
And you were wanting me to roll Arcana on that, or is that something we pick up, like, just visually?
Yeah, it's mostly a visual thing. I'll say if with you know what I'll do is do an Arcana check, but this is just to access some memory stores that Milo put into Otto.
Sure, I rolled it. It was a 29.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your turn. Your turn.
With a 29.
I still wouldn't have gotten higher than your perception check, though.
Let me look up this part because in my notes, it's in a different section.
What, a DM not having his notes all in one place? What? I would never do that.
Oh no, they are all in one place. That's why. That's why I have to search them.
Big note. I don't know if I sound any better. But
when Artyom, you
cool.
like Otto, okay, I can hear you much better now. Whatever you did, okay. But when Artyom sort of you track his line of sight, looking at the hammer, and you look at it, sort of memories start populating, data points that Milo put in for aligned to Bishik. And I was about to tell you something that he didn't know. There we go. Some books that he got from a dwarven library back in the Mror Holds. And the first one, probably the least useless one, is just this ancient book. And it's like it's like a law book, and it says if anyone but a dwarf is found to be mining or attempting to smith Bishik, their largest goat is to be traded to an elf so their name can be shamed for all time. The second book that you find, also a history book, is that Bishik was incredibly effective against the monstrosities, if I can speak, of the depths of the caverns, and that this weapon was stored with one of the clans for safekeeping in case it was ever needed again. And there was a method of it, or not a method, but I believe I've sent this to you before, but I'll send it to you again if you need it, is that aligned Bishik was an even more rare form of the already rare metal, and it's theorized to form in one of two ways, either in the presence of a lawful dragon for 1,000 years or on Donvi, the plane of order.
Oh,
Simple to do, very clearly, yeah. Just 1,000 short years.
And he has aligned Bishik on his war pick.
We'll immediately message, I guess if Artyom was the one looking, just message Artyom. It would appear that he has aligned Bishik as part of his weapon. We should ask where he got it.
yeah, I saw it. I was thinking the same thing. That's the stuff that's good against the Delkir. We need
Quite.
all of that we can get.
Pardon me, sir. Pardon me, sir. I have a question for you.
Now, sir, if you would, please, find
Not
somewhere
you.
to wait. I'll be with you in one moment. If you would,
Not you.
please be so kindly to wait.
Truly, if your house's capability is in transportation of people, I simply wish to employ you as your existence entails.
I understand, but the location that you are requesting is far out of our bounds and needs special approval. So if
It
you
is
would,
away
please-
from Corvair, which is where we need to be.
Slow turn over to Artyom. I shall have to be louder, it would appear. Pardon me, sir.
Sir, I will be with you in just one moment.
Not
I
you.
promise. You are fourth in line at the moment. Now, please, sir, if you
Kind
would,
of like
we
does
have
the
many.
slow like
Artyom's
shuffle to
like,
kind of like get in his way.
Artyom's like a little louder.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chaos.
Otto like does the like kind of sideways shuffle to like kind of like, you know, like when you're inserting yourself into someone else's conversation awkwardly. Exactly that.
So you see Brune as we have plenty of resorts on the beach, and you just see a giant like pauldron start creeping in like a fucking eclipse over this guy's face, as in front of you stands a 7 foot tall, essentially I don't know that Brune would know what a Warforged
Don't
is.
think you would. I doubt it.
A metal man stands in front of you.
What have you been
Hark,
underground for the
Mr.
past
Durgoff,
100 years?
how are you doing?
Yeah.
Reaches down to an outstretched hand and a cheerful tone.
Just looks at the hand, looks up. Confusion, but shakes the hand.
Could we ask you about your weapon? It is made of a most interesting material.
So it is.
Uh,
However, I
Azura and
have
Artie,
business.
while they're having this conversation, you notice as Otto approaches Brune here and gets closer, the next to 40 underfolk that are around Brune all of a sudden become very interested and start like surrounding Otto. Just of note.
How many? These are all drow?
They're Drow, they're Duragar, they're Sverfneblin.
Oh,
Underfolk.
they all-
Underfolk.
are these all warriors or just people?
Give me an insight check.
I mean, are they armored with weapons?
Give me an insight check if they're
Okay. 7.
Just,
Wait, what?
just for funsies, Otto also rolled an insight check with a 5. So he's going to assume
They're
it is because
bakers.
his armor is very polished. You know, he really spruced it up before going into the big city. So he'll like kind of slowly strike a little bit of a pose while he's talking to get like the right gleam off of his armor.
They do have armor on. They do not have weapons on them right now. So, but you need to be armored. Underdark's probably a pretty scary place. So,
I will say, Brune would notice his people starting to kind of crowd around, and just we're here to have people get us out of here. Making trouble is probably a bad way to do that. So he's just gonna kind of hold up a hand, and just fucking gesture, just get like a general like stand down kind of thing, like chill the fuck out.
bunch of
Yeah.
very paranoid side eyes at you and other things as things that typically approach you in this group.
Yeah, I will specifically like fucking. We're trying to talk to my people are on edge. I'm gonna gesture over towards the lady drow that's kind of probably pretty near me. Thrilling, if you would please take the people off to the side. I'll continue this conversation.
Yes,
Keep them occupied.
Thanks.
you're welcome. She says to you.
Sorry, I thought I was muted.
She will corral the group of folk and then bring them out of the building in front to where they will just sit in the grass outside and
That's fair.
probably like make a campfire or something
Good on that. See,
on the grounds
Good
of
hustle.
the Lirandar
Good
estate.
hustle. Good hustle.
They'll start like cooking various meats they had, like raw rat right onto the fire.
Good eating, raw rat. them underdark rats pretty big.
Yeah, it's like
Good.
the size of a corgi probably.
Just,
Oh,
I'm,
shit.
I'm just thinking back to that glowing skunk. Like, how many of those things have these people eaten? The big green skunk thing.
You don't want to think about it.
Otto has not flinched.
Yeah, he'll shake Otto's hand and then just kind of lean around him to the liaison of, I hope that the wait will not be too terribly long before we hear from you again.
As soon as we can, sir. We're getting to everybody that we can. The Baroness is quite busy.
Just fucking like mad dog him. They're just like direct eye contact.
As soon as we're close enough to hear what this guy's saying, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
easily.
I'll just go ahead and shoot this dwarf that seems to be leading these other folks. Yeah, buddy, that Baroness lady, she's not busy. She's missing. She's been missing for a while. We're here to try and find her.
I
Do
you
you
actually
say
don't
this
know.
in front
Is
of
it?
the I'm sorry, do you say
No,
this in front of
no,
the
no.
liaison?
mentally
Oh,
to,
okay. All right, my bad.
to the dwarf.
And this was. Is there any way to tell? Like, can I
I'm
tell that
looking
it's
right
coming
at you.
from you?
Just-
Like, is there anything to kind of indicate that you are the source of the mental message?
I'll give you a wave when you start looking around confused as fuck.
The voices are back, Brune.
Fucking.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Eyebrows. Angry.
No, it's just me, Kaleshtar.
Could I ask you about the origin of your weapon? Because he has no idea that Artyom is also communicating with him mentally.
I'm just gonna turn. I just want to look at the liaison again, and in what manner is your Baroness occupied right now?
She is come down with an illness. She's been down for a while now. She will be
Insight check.
Make an insight check for me.
Oh no. Might have caused a seed.
Uh-huh. I make these advantage.
Oh shit, hell yeah.
Don't have a great. Oh, it's 18.
Holy shit.
Nice. 15 plus 3.
With an 18, just sort of the way he stumbles over his words, you're not sure why he's lying to you, but you get the sense that at the very least she's not ill. Perhaps she just doesn't want to see anybody, or maybe this stranger you just met is right, but that's what he's saying.
Fucking stone face, Angie dwarf. And he'll just kind of fucking direct eye contact with Mad Dog in this liaison, and then it's just gonna kind of and it's gonna turn and just march over towards Artyom. And just get to him, cross his arms.
Clank, 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 clank.
Right, like I was saying in your head there, she's missing, she's not busy, so
Where?
but we
From
don't-
where?
I
To
don't
where?
know.
That is what we are trying to figure out.
Nah. Trying to figure out where she's at. This one over here in the blue, that's our son. So personal reasons to find her, all that jazz. All strange. What?
Ik say on the unsay.
I
Okay.
appreciate your undutifully truthfulness, but not everyone needs to know situations sometimes.
Okay.
They're just gonna think you're Sakurai'd mad. Let me talk to him for a little bit and see what's actually going on here.
Sure, you go right ahead, Elbow.
While we wait, about your weapon, sir.
Yeah, that weapon's is going to be very handy. Probably the most expensive weapon in the next few months out there.
Just see like an immediate suspicion kind of overtake his features. He takes a probably a solid step backward to make sure that he's kind of that odd the whole group of you are facing generally in front of him within his field of view.
Well,
What curiosity might you have about my pick?
it's made of Baishik in that way.
Aligned by Shik, more specifically, if you were
Yeah.
unaware.
Sure, lined up real good.
That is not what I meant.
But anyway, that stuff is used to kill Delkir and other denizens of Zoriat. And there's going
And
to
we
be
need... Oh, go
Big
ahead.
squint.
a lot of them going to be coming here pretty soon.
All the more reason to locate this Baroness and depart from this continent. He's just kind of turns and starts walking towards his underfolk.
Pardon me, sir. It will not simply be this continent.
Are you following him to say this? Because he's going to start brisk.
Yeah,
click,
clank,
click, click,
clank,
click,
clank,
click,
clank, clank. Just cheerfully walking behind you. We would be most interested to know the origins of your weapon. If we
I-
can find more, it would be an excellent boon.
Yeah, I'll start walking with them and just kind of like gesture to Nilbo. Can you do the bureaucracy if it does anything? I was asking, like, as walking away, like asking Nilbo, can you do the bureaucracy if it'll help anything?
Who are you talking to? Sorry.
To Nilbo.
Oh, to Nilbo. As soon as he says that, to stop talking about the sun thing, because they're probably gonna think you're crazy.
Okay.
He turned towards the concierge and says, "Oi, cut!" And he just walks over that way towards that concierge.
Dude's just like, how dare you? Is concierge even dragon marked? I mean,
Give me a perception check.
sure.
Is he even? Are you even marked?
13.
Not that you see.
Oof. So Nilbo can talk to him like that. He really can talk to him like that. That's crazy. Jesus. Just stop in mid stride, turn around to y'all two following him. And who are the lot of you? Who are you and why do you have such interest?
My interest lies primarily with the fact that if the world is destroyed, then there won't be a world.
Well, they give you the long and short of, or short and sweet of it. That's the one. Yeah. In a few months' time, there is going to be a manifest zone out near Passage that's going to be ripping open, and maybe a few other places all over Corvair at the very least. And Zoriat will come spilling through, trying to overtake the world with madness.
That about sums it up. In fact, it is in most people's best interest to be interested in this event.
It's true. Visibly, you can see like the information that Zoriad's gonna pull up everywhere, just visibly like, for at least for a few moments, just exhaustion and just fucking like, fuck. For back up. You did not answer. Who are you?
I am Artyom. This is Otto.
Of the Shining Vanguard.
Right, the Shining Vanguard.
Stupid.
Strikes a pose.
Well, it's a great name. So anyway, yeah, we're Shining Vanguard, and we're here to find the Baroness. It looks like you're trying to find the Baroness to get transport for your troops.
My people.
Right. Your people. What are you trying to get your people to?
Away from this threat that you speak of.
Oh, well. Sorry to tell you, that's not going to really be anywhere on this plane.
I see.
There are technically
Brune, I
other
want you to
plans.
roll a deception check, not for the people in front of you, but for your people behind them.
I think I actually have advantage on this too. I do. Yay for giant magic. 17.
Okay.
Poker
A couple
face
of them
on
are
point.
looking over towards you, but just sort of seeing you have the conversation, shake their heads and go back to what they're doing. I'm gonna go and let you know that dice teetered on a natural 20 and flopped to a natural 2.
Thank God. Well, I only had a 17 because of advantage. It would have been an 8. Without it. What if you are seeking more line by Shik? I'm afraid that I cannot help you.
Alright. Well, I mean, I was just interested in it because it's going to be super useful.
The mount that was used in the forging of my pick was found deep within the Underdark.
Oh.
Within Delkia controlled territory.
Oh,
I guess you've seen a lot of use then. But how old? I
Yes.
know it's sometimes rude to ask some people, how old are you?
Thanks. Old. Enough.
I am not.
He's no.
You do have.
It's the
Your
fucking new
energy
guy
and-
over here.
Propensity for questions do remind me of child.
That makes sense.
Well, so what are you want to take your people off the Corvair? At the very least, I mean,
That was my hope. After we had escaped from the Underdark, I figured the best place for them would be as physically far away as possible.
Have
From
no
the
fear.
threat we
Soon everyone will be fighting the Delkir.
That gives me more fear, not less.
well, I mean, fuck, Otto, come on.
I was trying to be encouraging that even if he does not make it off of Corvair, that we will all sue.
So,
We'll all sue the Delkir.
Oh, shit. Ah.
Ah, yes.
you know, I don't think I want to be in a courtroom with a bunch of Delcare because they probably have an Illithid for a lawyer.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway,
Tongue tied, more like tongue stapled. Holy shit.
so, you have experience fighting beings of Zoriat? I take it.
Yes.
All right. So that makes us fast friends.
Eyebrow up.
You know, I know it's a lot to take in at face value, but I kind of have this whole thing where I'm pretty sure I'm here now to stop this invasion from Zoriat, so,
You have not done a good job.
but it's not here yet, so.
It is.
I was kind of asleep for a long time. It's a long story.
Your incompetence is not reassuring.
Been doing pretty good so far.
Just kind of vaguely glances back towards his people.
All right, listen. A friend of mine, he just became king over in Karnath. So if you guys, you need a place for your folks to stay, we can bring them over there and hang out some place in the city. I'm sure we can find a place for them, but if you're an experienced fighter against Zoriat, then we'll need to be friends, I'm sure.
Furthermore, I would like to study your weapon.
Well, I mean, this guy's a warrior, Otto. He's probably not gonna just let you, handle his weapon. You grab his pick and use it or whatever.
Oh my.
Otto's not gonna get that innuendo, but I certainly fucking do.
Are you a craftsman, boy?
Indeed.
Then perhaps
I am the most capable engineer outside of Sharn, and perhaps inside of it as well.
I know little of engineering, but blacksmithing was my
I
trade.
can do that too.
He's very,
Perhaps we will be friends.
he's very capable. I mean, a lot of that stuff on him is him and his father's designs and stuff. So,
He
kind of
was
this.
also a very
Eyebrow raised at father in regards to the metal man.
There might be someone inside of this. You don't know.
Surface folk are weird. What are you gonna do?
A bunch of weirdos. I guess, out of curiosity, I was talking about how perhaps sheltering my people in Karnath. I'm trying to think of how we got here, how much Brune may know of Karnath, like surface level.
Oh man, I'll let you decide that my input on that is not very much. Like
Not very much.
this is a whole new geography to
Right.
Brune, right? Like your geography is 3-dimensional and it is underground. The way surface folk look at maps, it is a 2D plane, and they have lines drawn like for states, and it's just odd. Whereas your map's probably like 3-dimensional and exclamation marks for where purple worm tracking is. So
There is that.
I don't fucking
Okay. Yeah, I was just curious because I mean, like, definitely wouldn't have any deep dives onto how things actually are, but I figured at most he's gotten like the rumors of what people are like in some of the nations at least.
Okay.
So mention of sheltering them in Karnath is probably met with skepticism. Like, yeah, raise eyebrow. From what little I have heard, Karnath is not exactly a hospitable environment.
No, it's fine. Like I said, our friend just became the king, so.
Connections can be very important.
It's true.
For on a similar note, Otto is trained in history and I don't know. He's got all the knowledge skills, I think. Would it be history or what to try and figure out what he knows about underfolk culture and the Duergar specifically?
Yeah, I would say you could give me a, let's see, give me a second as I look up some stuff real quick.
I said he had all of them. I was wrong. He does not have religion. I apologize.
No religion, gotcha.
But he got nature, history, and arcana.
Nature, history, and arcana, and religion, and that's all the knowledge is in 5e, right?
Yep.
So we'll call it a history check.
Oh.
And you're
I was
just
trying to get that.
get what you know about Duergar and like in general.
Yeah, underfolk generally and Duergar specifically.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Alright, well first I tried rolling a percentile dice because I had them in my hand. That would have given me a very nice roll, but instead it is a plus 10. That'll be a 19.
19. Okay. The majority of probably what Otto knows, it's not like that was a specialty of Milo's at all. But of the books that he did read that had Duergar in them and stuff, it probably had a lot to do with Clan Noldrun of the Holds, which speak about dwarves that lived deeper under the Holds than any of the other clans that lived there like in entire lives. A lot of them from the Underdark. Gray ashen skin, like your friend here is presenting, since his helmet. Wait, your helmet is off, right?
It's off. He's got
Okay.
like under one arm.
Right. So, like very, very much. Granted, I will say that he is standing probably a foot over what you have read. Like, assuming that the books Milo read like would present like average heights of dwarves, and that dwarves and Duergar anatomically are basically the same, with the exception of like the skin color differences and the eye color differences and stuff like that. But he's standing like a full 5 feet tall, so that's notable in some respect. And then the memory of Otto, or the memory of Milo being told that from I have to recall this information, but I believe it came from Gorham's grandfather, Garamal. He told you all that a sect of dwarves, a sect of Duergar, were driven underground and locked beneath in realms of madness below, because they had just started to lose their minds. So it's not a lot with a 19, but that's about all you know. And their as far as culture and stuff goes, it's as varying as it is for surface folk. It depends.
Y'all have met Drow. They weren't real
Yeah.
nice.
You have met a certain sect of drow. So, which is interesting, because the one he spoke to seems to be like a second in charge here, where the ones y'all spoke to called y'all man meat and assumed Kaushik was in charge.
Wouldn't be the first time
Which
ladies
should
have called our town man meat.
You're fired.
Hold up. Wait.
Well, good diplomacy always starts with buttering people up. So, Otto will look and say, "You are a powerful specimen of your species. It is no wonder that these people follow you willingly." Kind of like elbow, RTM, like, yeah, we're doing this diplomacy thing. Send him a message. A good compliment goes a long way in making people see your point of view.
Yeah. You seem like a capable individual.
Indeed.
If you have proven yourself in their eyes, it stands to reason that you would be capable in helping to defend the world against Zoriat. If you truly wish to assist your people, does that not line up with our interests as well?
I have little interest in taking on responsibility for the entirety of the world, but
So you are content with your people simply dying on another continent. Understandable. A change of scenery can definitely improve things.
Well, I mean,
you are mouthy like a child as well. But, I said, if there's not somewhere safe I can take them,
There is none.
what needs to be done to ensure they are safe where they are. Convince me that you provide assurances that there is indeed somewhere that they can shelter.
if we can find a big enough tree, I can send them there today. I can send people from trees to trees over great distances with magic. But it has to be big enough for people to move through. And I'm seeing a lot of coconut trees.
They are all quite small. Though, I have very little experience with trees. they seem all quite large to me.
So it's a very new
Big of a tree
phenomenon.
must be required.
One is about 5 feet wide or so.
Impossible that something that large exists above ground.
I know of trees that large all over Corvair. Of all the things he said, he's like, bullshit on those trees, though.
Bullshit on the trees!
World's gonna end. We know the
Sure,
key.
sure. Yeah, whatever.
Big trees? Fucking
Impossible.
bullshit.
This big? Not likely. I will not just send my people somewhere that I have no assurances of. You show me that there is somewhere safe, then perhaps.
Alright, sure, we can do that. If we send your people someplace safe, I mean, is there any reason you need to talk to the Baroness?
I suppose not.
Okay. Well, do you want to help us find her anyway? Because, you know.
There's, you say that an invasion of the plane of Zoriat is imminent and you wish to find some leader who they will not even bother looking for themselves.
Well,
Seems like a waste of time.
politically, they do all the skyship stuff, right? So if we can rescue them, then it'll help us out in the war to come. We'll have them in our pocket, so to speak.
A strategic advantage.
Right.
A unified front is preferable.
We're trying to stop the world from being overtaken from a threat that most people don't believe is actually there, so bureaucracy is keeping us at the biggest disadvantage. So any powerful allies we can get that don't think we're batshit crazy or there's some type of ruse to start another war, the better.
Very well. You have somewhere safe for my people to stay, then I will assist you as I can.
How many people do you have? Is this all of them?
Yes.
How many people are there?
Go far from each other.
Oh,
like
40.
40 something.
40? Hey, Otto, can 40 people hang out on the airship? just for like a few days.
GM,
It's
does Otto
big.
know if the airship can support 40 people for a couple days? Or at all?
I mean, they could use my room. And like some of them, of course.
I mean, like, will it support 40 people there? Because technically we can set up like a refugee camp on the deck, I guess.
Will
And
it
then-
hold 40 people, the weight of 40 people? Yes, it will.
Excellent.
Will it do so comfortably? Gods no.
It will accommodate them excellently.
So he's lying now.
No, they'll fit just fine. It will be a bit of a tight squeeze, but it will fly.
It's that one right over. No, that one right there. Yep, that's the one.
Seems to have strange plants coming off of the deck. Is this intended?
Right, I put those there. I'm a druid. I like plants. Kids walking through trees and stuff.
It's kind of wrinkles his nose a little bit.
What, you don't like plants?
To each their own, I suppose.
There is
Yeah.
an asymmetrical combat training area on the deck as well, if y'all need some practice.
It is called a battle beam.
That is impractical. Why is it a bean?
Because that is the shape it was drawn in.
It is my belief that it was artistic incompetence.
I think it was alcoholic artistic incompetence.
Why not redraw it into a circle?
Well,
Or
it-
square?
You know, it's kind of a tradition now. You have a beam of battle. It rolls off the tongue.
You continue to lose my confidence, but if my people may shelter there,
Sure. We could probably feed them too. We've got plenty of money and stuff. You know.
money should not be an issue. Yes.
Okay. I mean, no, I'm not saying you have money. We're not trying to charge you for anything. I'm just saying we can accommodate you for like food and things like that.
Uh-oh.
Do you have a strange diet from being in the Underdark? Because you know, you said
Screen
that
cut
you.
to corgi-sized rat being divided.
Yeah,
amongst
just-
folk on
this
the
is kinda
behind you.
like- We have had to make travel has been
Oh, you. Okay, well, you guys are going to be in for a treat. So, I know I've been learning how to make pancakes. They're not very good, but Erish on our airship, he's amazing. He can make the best pancakes. He'll make you all pancakes.
They smell excellent.
He can smell, he can't eat.
tragedy. I'm sure.
It is unfortunate, but I have many other capabilities.
Brune, out of
Yes.
the corner of your eye, you see after like this exchange, about 8 of your guys have 2 Lyrandar guards sort of picked up at the moment
Oh
by
shit.
their shoulders, and
Excuse me.
with a few more, they've had their weapons confiscated from this point,
Right.
but like turning around and. As they're picked up, we're just saying you cannot have a fire on the grounds. That is it. Put us down.
If you will excuse me, turn around and go. Well, what is going on here? What do you mean there's no fire? How will people cook what food they bring with them? It's kind of fucking absolutely absurd.
Have it cooked for you.
Put them down. Put them down. Put them down.
Thank you. We were telling them that they could have food prepared for them somewhere else, but here, they're down fire and cooking.
You'd have somebody
Gods knows
allow
what
someone
it
else
is.
to prepare your food. Risky.
Probably safer than this.
I disagree.
That is a social norm in most cultures on the surface.
Disagree as you must, but there's no fire on the grounds, please. And you cannot just
Strange.
loiter here. Go somewhere.
Go on somewhere! Get out of there! It just raises an eyebrow at the guard. Our next destination has been decided, at least temporarily anyway. Come, everyone. We will be heading to an airship.
Hey,
For the time being.
Ilbo, we're going back to the airship.
He just sort of like holds up an okay sign to you. I'll be there. Don't worry. Some other stuff. And he follows this concierge somewhere else and into the estate.
Escort the underfolk to
Up the
To the
spire
Stormbringer.
into the Stormbringer?
yeah.
Dear God.
And just, I assume we're going to get it entirely back. Hold on a second. I need to.
This vessel seems small.
It's not small. It's plenty.
Though, is it considering its previous function, should it be like one of the larger airships that's docked up there?
It is one of the larger
Oh,
airships
shit.
meant for carrying around people of luxury, meaning there were 10 rooms aboard. 10.
Weren't there a bunch? There were a fair few of like the bunk beds, right? There
Yeah,
were,
the
like,
staff room.
Yeah.
The staff
like-
room's downstairs, which has 12 beds.
I mean, that's
That's
like a
some.
quarter of some right there.
That's some.
Well, I mean, Nilbo's in there.
On the way over,
That's a fair room.
on the way over, Otto's gonna ask Brune if they have like tents and stuff.
We have
Protect them from the weather.
He just kind of is like,
We don't know how long
What?
y'all have been on the surface. If not, we should probably acquire some.
your vessel does seem to be lacking in space.
We don't keep tents in stock, no.
While they're having that conversation, Artyom's just gonna like rush up to go speak to Parrish.
You're gonna
We
run
have
ahead of the
guests.
40 people up the spire. I will say,
Yeah.
you guys get checkpointed like a motherfucker. Like, you like a quarter of the group is stopped because of the worry of like structural integrity of 40
Oh,
people
shit.
at once going up the spire. But like, you're let up eventually. Like with the paperwork that Nilbo's given you and everything, you're fine to get aboard the Stormbreaker. It is just going to take some time. Artyom,
Groups of 5.
yeah, basically Artyom leading up the first group to the Stormbringer. You get off on, what are you doing?
Well, I wanted to get there before the group arrives so that I can, give the news to Arish.
Born Erish.
We made some new friends.
Yeah, you catch Erish. He's coming out of Crowley's room. Shortus shuts the door behind him.
Hope Erish ain't
Oh.
racist. That'd be bad.
Go.
Hey, so well,
Go back so
Uh,
soon. Is everything okay?
no, everything's great. We made a lot of friends, and they're going to come and visit us for a little while, and maybe ride back with us to Karn.
Okay, all right.
I have a worried look on my face because there's 40 of them.
There's 14 of them.
No,
We can make that work, I suppose.
4-0. A whole tribe of Underdark people. Nice ones so far though.
Artyom, where are we supposed to fit 40 people?
In the hold.
In the hold. With Otto's lab.
What are they
With the
well,
transportation circle down there as well. With a screaming, singing skeletal horse as well.
Maybe they'll make friends with it. Listen, they're refugees. They don't have any other place to go. So, I mean, a screaming lab hole is going to be better than the out in the street.
We are going to need more rations.
Right, we probably need to go do a lot of grocery shopping, and I will make it up to you. But they're being led around by a guy who has a very powerful artifact of a line Baishik that should help in the war to come. So this seems very worth it for everyone.
Why we are on an island of
Right.
resorts. Why
I
are we
don't-
having them on the airship?
It's the first place I thought to bring them to be.
as you hear on top of the deck of various boots of varying sizes.
Probably auto interrupt at some point after he gets on the deck and just Uncle Erish, I have a question for you.
Real quick, so we can set them up in some motels or everything. This is just, maybe we'll transport them to Karnath on the ship, and we'll just give them a tour, and then we can buy a hotel room for them while we try to go save Otto's mom. Or, I'm sorry, Izur's mom.
A room, one.
Yes. A very big room.
The good news, I suppose, is that the entire deck will be available. And the weather here is nice. If they're amicable to being outside, I suppose.
Yeah, probably not. Probably don't like this so much. I guess. I don't know. Maybe they're like, the sun thing's great. My skin is burning.
Also, to forego any, as you walk down the stairs, to forego any accidents, you may want to go and lock up the laboratory, yes?
That is an excellent idea. I'm about to make 25 tents. Would you like to assist me?
No, we're just going to get a few rooms for them at the nearby resort, and they can live in a life of luxury. Yep.
As more people pile.
I'll go let them know that the plans have changed a little bit. Okay, I'm sorry, I love you.
What is happening as you go upstairs? Barun,
Yeah.
as you get onto the deck of this ship, it fits 40 people. The like where it lines up with what essentially would be the gangplank for the spire, the ship sort of sinks a couple of feet as the last of your folk get on there.
Nice.
There's a garden of strange plants on the front. There is a poorly painted bean on the ship that they have told you about. And this ship is unlike any other that is at the spire. It is covered in like this white pearlescent material on the outside.
Would he recognize the turrets as weapons?
Give me a knowledge arcana check.
I think I also have advantage on these.
God damn! Do you not have?
I do have advantage on these. Giant magic.
I got giant magic when he's so little.
Kaushik, with your passive perception, there's a small army above you right now.
16 on that arcana.
Yeah, I'd say 16's enough to maybe you don't recognize the like specific
exactly how it works. That's like
yeah, but
weapons.
That's a barrel, and it has like glowing radiant energy along the outsides of it.
Nice.
That's a weapon.
Nod of approval. Good. I will say it's also worth noting that like this dude's 5 foot tall. He's about 5 foot wide too. This dude's built like a fucking square. Like.
I'm just imagining mini-me of Kingman from Into the Spider-Verse.
This is more of like a Duragar colored like shrunken down Thor from God of War Ragnarok is kind of how I was like that fucking like power lifter build. Like this man is like fat muscly, not like bodybuilder.
It's that dude from Game of Thrones, but
The mountain.
Yes, the mountain. Yeah, he's. That's the mountain. This is the molehill. Like
I was about to say. You got there just a minute before I did. I was gonna be like, he was the mountain. This is the hill.
Oh man.
But.
So Artyom will come back up on the deck. Okay, I've discovered that there are a lot of places that your people can stay here, and we can give them a life of luxury for the next few days while we find the Baroness, and not weigh down the ship with lots of extra feet and stuff like that.
If this is the means that we are transporting, it is. I believe they should stay here. If there's together, and the closest that would be way down there. If there's an emergency and a need for quick escape, that would be too far.
Well,
also there are weapons attached to your ship. So
right, that's very true. But my love Irish said that just gave me a really bad look. So that's a lot more dangerous than any
I
of the
see.
people.
It just nods and like I'm just like it do be like that.
So let's go back down this tower, and I will get all of your people drunk if they want to.
Or beat the servers.
Sure. Hey, Irish, would you like to meet Broom? Broom. He's a Brune. Sorry.
Oh, there you go. Yes.
You just started calling that downstairs.
Yeah. He's the leader of the group that we met.
Couple of moments pass. You see Erish coming up top and to the top of the ship and sort of like tying on an apron and preparing himself for what's to come. Looks at all the people, meets your eyes, Brune. You can see someone who's just sort of accepts their reality and then says, bows
Practical
a
man.
bit, says,
Like that.
"It is very nice to meet you, Mr. Brune. My name is..."
Just holds out a hand.
Ah.
Brune the Unshackled.
Jesus.
Shake, shake.
Yeah, practically. Brune the...
The Unshackled.
Oh,
Were you previously shackled?
Yes.
Congratulations on
Otto,
not being shackled.
I understand that you are the partner of this
Artyom.
leader.
Right.
Right. I'm
And that-
sorry for Otto. We've had conversations on discretion, but
I
still-
understand how children are.
Oh, that is wonderful. I am glad you are so understanding. I do apologize for the small confines of the ship. We are attempting to accommodate. It just sort of smiles and stares at RTM.
No. They decided that we get to some hotels in resorts nearby, and everything will be fine. It'll be much easier that way. And real quick, mental message: please help me out.
Are you talking to me?
To Broom, mental message.
He
"Please help me."
just kind of does like a hand, like, calm down. He's like, it's all right. And looks back
Oh,
to
Erish
Erish.
eyes the fuck out of you, RTM. But because, like, as soon as Brune looks to you and holds up at a hand without anything, he knows. He fucking knows you've talked to him in his head.
So he just turned back to Erish, and beckons Thrillia, and Erish, this. So, as I assume you are aware, though, your group are here on important business, and I have agreed to assist. The accommodations, whether here or below, will be suitable. This is Thrillia. She is my partner, as you are to your leader. If you work out these details, I'm sure that they will suffice for the time we are here.
Madam, and Erish would bow once more to her. It's a pleasure.
Yeah,
Surely
Artyom,
we'll,
do the-
go ahead.
Does the Artyom we do this like, oh yeah, it's nice to meet you. Just introduction things to his partner.
Thrillia will turn to you and say, perhaps we could frame it as being safer closer to the ground instead of so up high. This is rather disconcerting.
I have tried not to look down.
I can't stop. She's like whispering to you. She's like
just
looking
kind of
over-
like, look away from the ground. Ensure that there is a plan of evacuation in place, that the ship may quickly descend to wherever it is. Make sure we are somewhat convenient for escape.
Of course.
DM.
Yes.
Would you say Artyom has used that sending stone today?
The sending stone to
Gandalf.
Gandalf? I mean, you haven't said you used it today, so I assume not. Why?
Oh, figured, we'll go ahead and let him know so that he can get things prepared. Just, you know, as they're chatting, just sort of pull that thing out and kind of off to the side, send Gandalf a quick message. Hey, Gandalf, found a guy, really cool weapon to help against Zoriat. He's got about 40 people with him that need a home, so we're gonna bring him back in a few days. Okay, bye.
You got to change your background.
Hold on.
I'm not changing your name on stream. That's too much work.
He changed his background.
What the fuck do you mean, a few people? Where am I supposed to fucking put them? How many? What's the weapon?
And the Sending Stone's done for the day.
But, yeah, he'll just give Thrilly his hand, just kind of a once that's just give her hand a squeeze. It's not that big. I will not be far.
She turns back to the group and she'll start giving instructions about heading back down in groups and to wait on her.
Sick.
Cool. Alright, so, I guess we should touch back base with Nilbo and see if we can find some information where this Baroness is, if you're cool with your people. I will give Erish. I don't know if this place seems super expensive, so, so I will give Erish a lot of gold before leaving.
How much gold?
500.
Gonna give him 500 gold? Okay.
Yes.
There's 36,000 gold in the party funds in Koshik's room.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give 500 gold to Erish, and I don't know how expensive this place is. So whatever you need to help them out, they seem like nice people, and they really need a place.
I will try to find some accommodations for them that hopefully doesn't break the bank too badly.
They are eating rats in the street, so maybe some place with some really good food.
Stop messaging people when you and I are having conversations. We'll talk about that later.
All right.
And he walks away down the spire.
Oof.
Shit.
Otto just looks between Erish and Artyom as Erish walks away. Is everything all right?
Everything is fine.
Excellent.
I will interject that it's probably almost partially as a result of like coming all the way up the spire and probably like entrusting themselves with strangers and stuff. Probably one of the member of the Underfolk has a bit of a episode at this juncture. Probably just starts to more or less freak out a little bit, start ranting about, you know, people not being trusted, suspicion, to just kind of goes off the deep end for a minute before probably Thrilly or one of the other drow seems to do some minor arcane thing and they just kind of they carry right on like this is perfectly normal.
So you guys have all been, well, said it seems like a kind of a normal thing there.
Just glances over, it's kind of seeing the dude, like probably didn't even notice necessarily, it was like, but is now being carried by a couple guys.
As it's happening and as you ask this question, it's like a couple of folk like lift this person to their feet, and though it's not sleep, he does seem to be zonked from whatever has happened and seems to like have a stare going on, but is calmed down immensely from his previously like very aggravated state that he was in. When your partner comes up to you, Brune, and just says, "We need to make our way down now. I will see you later. Please contact me."
Of course.
Erish, was it? And she just has a conversation with Erish and walking down the spire, and this guy is now sort of like being led down by a couple of people. Back to you, Brune.
He makes excellent calming teas.
Erish gives you a thumbs up as you shout that
Nice.
over everybody.
What was Artyom's question? One more time.
If that kind of thing was normal,
Unfortunately, yes.
is
It's because
is it just from a bad situation, or is it more of a Delki or Zoriet situation?
our captors were loath to release us without struggle, and did much to rectify that situation.
Oh, okay. So both then.
Indeed.
Well, it's
I am well aware of the danger that Zoriat poses. The Delkia who inhabit it.
okay. Yeah, let's fix that then, so no one else has to deal with that, or as few as possible.
Nilbo comes walking up the stairs like sideways, passing several Duragar and Drow. Sort of makes his way onto the ship. All right, so a little bit of progress there. Your mum, she is missing. The Baroness has been missing for a couple of weeks now, it seems. No one's heard of her. She just kind of went up and missing one night. They're willing to let you, as the Shining Vanguard, investigate a little bit. But we're gonna have to do this under the table. I know that your motive isn't really subtlety, but it's gotta be here. Otherwise, you're gonna cause a whole bunch of problems for people that I care about. Now, I know you don't care for me all that much, or the houses all that much. I've heard what you say.
I think you're just great.
Your father didn't think all that much of me.
That is unfortunate.
Listen, we haven't always been on the same page, but I've gotten you in as the Shining Vanguard and the Heroes of Aetur. You go in, you gotta meet with my cousin tonight to get some more details on it, but what I understand, I said my cousin, my mistake. You're gonna meet with the Baroness's cousin, get some more detail on it.
Oh shit.
But ultimately, you're just gonna be going in to talk to the Baroness. Heroes of Aetur talking with the Baron of House Lyrandar, because it happened on a Lyrandar ship. Okay? No, she's gone missing. No talk, no speak like that. No mum talk.
Yeah, sure, we can do that.
As much as you want to protect everything you know and love, so do I.
Absolutely. We have an understanding. No mom talk, no missing talk. Just heroes here to have a good time. Or whatever.
All right. Go out, get some dinner. It'll happen later tonight after dark falls. He'll have you in to speak with you. Whatever sort of information you need, I assume he's going to probably let you have it. So 11 o'clock, be ready. And
All right,
it's just sort of, you can see like a basic insight check. Well, he's nervous. He's just sort of wringing his hands. He's turning over basically his future with this house and maybe the future of his house to any like opportunistic folks out there. But as we sort of zoom out on this shot of the Shining Vanguard having this conversation on the deck, and then 40 underfolk just making their way down the spire back and towards the city streets of Stormholm. That's where we're going to go on break. So thank you guys for joining us. Thank you guys for playing with me. I'm having a blast. I hope you are too. Don't go anywhere. Drop a follow if you haven't yet. Woo! We're going to go take a quick bio break. Please go take care of yourself as you need to. And then we're going to be back. Give us like 10 or 15 minutes, folks, and we'll be right back here. Much love.
Bye.
It's not bye. It's until next time. Oh, wait, no. It's see you soon. There we go.
There we go. Yeah.
And hello, everybody. We're back. We're going to continue our adventure across Eberron. We pick up here in Stormholm, island of far north of Eberron, however, magically enhanced to bring tropical climates to the north by one of the richest houses of Eberron, House Lyrandar. Azur's estranged mother has gone missing, it seems. The Baroness of House Lyrandar, and he has asked his friends here of the Shining Vanguard to assist in finding her. We pick back up after meeting Brun, the Unshackled, outside of the concierge or of House Lyrandar, where he was attempting to secure passage for about 40 underfolk, a collaboration of Drow, Sverfnebelin, and other Duragar like himself. After a temporary mishap with Artyom trying to bring all of the underfolk onto the airship itself, it was suggested by Erish that perhaps they would be more comfortable closer to the ground and in one of the many resorts that Stormhome presents. Artyom's given Erish 500 gold. Brun here has given his partner the directions of maybe get them housed somewhere below where they're going to attempt to get them some food as well, instead of the corgi-sized rats that they were cooking up on the grounds of the Lyrandar estate. Maybe it won't measure up to Big Rat, but who knows. So we will pick back up as the Shining Vanguard is walking down this fire back into the streets of Stormhome once more. Nilbo has given you the information to meet him at Lyrandar estate later on tonight at 11 p.m. or so, and to please be discreet about everything that happens thus far. Therefore, no talk about the Baroness being missing, and no more talk about her being Azur's mother. As that whatever they say here could not only affect him, but affect people that he cares about. So please practice discretion. We pick back up on the deck of the Stormbringer Shining Vanguard plus Brun. What are you doing? You have a couple of hours if there's anything that you want to do. If not, we can sort of fast forward.
How fast you're forward?
Yeah, I guess let's go see what we can of the island while we wait. I don't imagine Brun is going to be the type of fella that's going to be like, I'll just wait here silently.
Just, I mean, if anything, is like, I mean, if fill in as you would, he would definitely be like, all right, you say the fucking Zoriat's coming. Tell me what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, we'll go get some food. I'll spill the beans, the whole 9 yards. Was a dude many moons ago in Adar. Got shunted.
I do not know where that is.
It is a different continent. But yeah, fill him in the whole 9 yards of waking up in Kibara in a swampland, meeting the Shining Vanguard, all kinds of stuff happening, and maybe we'll even look a few bits out here and there, but the parts that are relevant to Zoriat and its return, and the seals, and it almost popping back up in Sharn, which is trying to express to him a giant city, what a manifest zone is, all that stuff.
It would appear that this Gosh-Kala there, seals, not as effective as perhaps they so wished.
They lasted for a really long time, right? So you just need to get refreshed, Everything breaks down with enough determination and effort. Now they, I think maybe when they are created, they're a little bit more of a central focus of the society at that time, and now they're kind of forgotten. So one way or another, I guess people are going to remember, huh?
Or none will remember at all.
I guess, it's a possibility.
So, wish to make this political ally in his mother to secure their support.
The Baron, can they keep his? Can they keep
The
that?
Baroness's support, yes.
Right.
What action in relation to Zuriat do you intend to do?
What was that? Your mic.
What action in regards to Zuriat do you intend to take?
Well, so far we know some places where there is, I guess to say, activity of Zoriet that we wanted to investigate. But as it stands, we're also trying to muster support to stop them once they get in here.
Broom pulls out a pocket rat.
Yeah, we know we're having.
We're look,
this is all in character.
yeah. Well, I must say that this cooked in these juices and things is preferable to rat over a fire.
I don't know. Sometimes rat over a fire hits the spot. Bear.
Been eating nothing but rat over a fire for months. Lose its luster.
Yeah.
But so the support of these nations over. Which of their support have you already secured?
We've got Carnath because, like I said, our friend became king, so they're definitely in the bag. And we're trying to get other supports.
So just Carnath.
Carnath, but there's only a few, so that's a pretty big step so far. And when it comes to Thrain, we kind of helped out in their city. They at least know of us, so that's pretty good.
Alright. Did you tell him about the shit with House Orient?
Sure.
For you and your friends are considered terrorists by this supposedly powerful entity.
I was not there at this time.
All of you minus your blue friend.
Right. Well,
Which one of those happens to be the now king of Carnath does not seem like it may perhaps be an issue.
it's just as weird to you as it is to me. Most of that stuff doesn't matter. People get put in positions by the actions they take, and so far we've been doing a lot of good. I don't think we've had too much pushback for us, busting up a super probably not want to be heard about mega illegal thing that some guy from a big house was doing. It's probably just a cover up so that it's explained what happened, right?
Right. Well. So your intent is, and I guess the question is, so where do you intend to investigate first? These mountains, Baishu mountains. He kind of
Right.
like taps his pick a little bit.
Right, if there's more Baishik there, it'll be extraordinarily valuable for us to get there and use these weapons in the fighting to come.
If there is, then it would require prying it from the Delkia's clutches. I do not think they wish to have it used against them if they can avoid it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're all pretty good in the fight. I mean, we've been through a lot, as we just told you about. Even went to Zoriat, came back all in one piece.
He's just kind of like looking everybody over. So like Azor clearly is like has like armor and his big old crossbow. He's like, okay. Otto is literally walking covered in like weapons platform covered in armor with a bunch of other shit. So he's like heavy armor, respect. You've explained the wild ass magic you can do. You also are wearing like spiky ass like armor. Nice.
Noted. Rune likes armor. That's the weird
Not
part right there.
Respect. And then he's like Crowley, you're talking about like we're all like really accomplished warriors. And Crowley's in like fucking motley, effectively, is that right, Matt?
Yeah, man. Look just like a drow.
Lot of bright colors. Hey man. But point being is looks like a bard. Like he's all got his flair and everything. So you're talking about we're all like great warriors. He's just kinda like, in what manner of combat is it that you perform, Master
Crowley.
Crowley?
I keep them in fighting form, though I do
A hero.
not so. No, I keep them at their best. You would know when you fought. So perhaps you will care to show us something, and I could help you perform it better than you would on your own. Every warrior has a drill master to instruct them in the ways. It is something akin to that. I pull the best from you that is possible.
Interesting. I look forward to seeing this performed.
Indeed. I look forward to speaking to your ancestors as well.
What? They are long dead. I feel like that is not going to do you much good.
Crowley can, kind of summon spirits and talk to them and things like that. Also, he is an accomplished intelligence operative for us.
Is he?
Don't know. Is that true?
I'm just a simple man. I don't know about intelligence operations. I just know what I know, and I know what I don't know. And I am not a great warrior, but I will help you perform at your best.
We all have our talents.
Even if I have to force them from you.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Is Koshik still absent? Well, we are a small strike team that is perhaps shop around for someone who may keep you in physical fighting.
I mean, I can do some healing, and we have a cleric of the Blood of All, a Koshik.
I do not know what that is.
It's a religion. And she's back on the airship. She was feeling a little ill after doing some powerful magics.
Do you think it's best to leave her there by herself?
I would hate for someone to die horribly trying to mess with her.
I'm more concerned for if your enemies are as powerful and as far-reaching as you. If she is ill, then it seems unwise to leave her with no guard.
No, I don't think she's that ill. She's just a little bit on the weaker side. If just wanted
She's
to.
quite weary.
Yeah.
She is very proficient, both at removing wounds and at applying them.
As you say. Very well.
So you were the unshackled, right?
Yes.
So you and all your folks were in Delkier prison place?
We were held with the intent, I believe, to turn us into things unnatural.
Alright, yeah, that makes sense. But you guys managed to escape and have been in the Underdark for quite some time.
Yes. Our intent to escape was made difficult by the intent to recapture us.
I can
It would
admit.
appear they were unsuccessful.
Indeed.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Well, and do you know where? Is there more Baishik in this place? Maybe this could be another place we could go to if there's aligned Baishik there. Maybe.
Would Brune know that, DM?
What was the question?
If there was more aligned Baishik in kind of where in the general area of where he and the other underfolk had been held previous to their escape.
I would say that none that you're aware of that would be feasible to get your hands on now. As in the area that you were in when you got that was not infested.
Gotcha.
Now
So,
it is a much different place.
I do not think that it would be viable for us to retrieve any. Retrieve it if there was any there, which I cannot confirm for sure.
Okay. Well, there's always the Baishik Mountain. is where we plan to go after this. And maybe we know that there are signs of Zoriat there, and the quite insane gentleman from Sharon had notes and stuff like. Gandalf read all of his notes. He knows the most about it, but he's currently having to do political stuff. So, in any case, once we get the Baroness's time,
Big win.
yeah, then we can go back and investigate it further. Well, I did scout out the area so we can transport right to the foothills of the mountains, but I did come across a few gnolls when I was out there, but they seem friendly enough with even if they aren't too keen on vegetables.
I see. Well, seems the sooner we acquire an audience, the better.
Just realized he probably has no fucking clue what a gnoll is.
Nope. This is kind of was like, all right, sure.
Your conversation is interrupted by a halfling that comes up to your table, dressed in urban clothes, like city clothes almost. Holds a hand out to you, looks like professionally dressed, and has sort of like his halfling hair slicked back tight, very clean looking halfling. Holds a handout to your table, a small handout, just sort of generally for a handshake. Says, Samshel Heckerford, nice to meet you. Did I overhear that you were going to be having a meeting with Baroness? If so, I'd have a couple of questions for you.
Immediate suspicion. And who are you? And
No.
what? Well,
Crowley's
Said
immediately
who,
going to
why?
turn away and walk off.
Samshel Heckerford, with the Civis Times reporting.
with who?
How's Civis?
Who?
No, go away. Go
Hey.
away.
Elsithis.
No, not Elsivis. House Elsivis.
No, but seriously, Crowley
Say,
gets
I
up,
did-
walks away immediately. Just
You
gone.
just get up
fades
and
away.
okay.
Yeah, make sure my head's covered. Gone.
Overhead your conversation about a meeting
No.
with the Baroness. We've been trying to get a word from her.
No, it's a lie. You over.
She is not here.
Well, that's clear. If I can ask you a couple
I
of
will
questions, and then
mentally tell Otto this person is going to try and get you to say something you don't want to say. Do not speak to them. Pretend that they do not exist. It is very important that you do not interact with this person whatsoever.
Oh no. Okay.
if I can, Sam just pulls up a chair at your table and go and like grabs his drink. What are you here for in Stormholm?
Otto is going to, like, kind of position himself between this guy and the group and cast Minor Illusion to just kind of, like, black box. Basically, he's gonna censor bar the whole guy.
Just gonna like put a sensor bar over his eyes.
Oh no, the whole guy. Just
He's like a 5-foot box of just no.
Yep.
And do trick.
Stands up in his chair over the box. I'd like to have a conversation with you if that's okay. Let me ask you a few questions. I'll buy you a drink. Hey, Matt, a couple of drinks for the table here.
Hey,
it is
excuse
quite.
me.
I'm sorry.
Excuse me, sir. I have gotten into many bar fights and will break your bones if you do not leave.
Make an
It is
intimidation
his special
check.
form of diplomacy.
18 plus things. What is my intimidation? 19.
19. Holds his hands up. Not trying to get in any trouble here. I'm just trying to have a quick conversation with you. When you do,
You
Con-
keep,
conversation
you keep
with
interjecting in such a way that implies that you would like to get into trouble.
no trouble wanted here. Listen, here's my card. Take that. Yeah, I'll give one for each of you. And yeah, gives a card to everyone at this table. Brune, you get one as well.
He will try to hit him, and Bruce staring at him, just.
And to the bone break, I give you an extra one for your friend in the purple and red. Just give me a quick ring right there. Sam Shaw Hackforth. Whisper into the card. I'll be right there.
Thank you.
Of course. I'll be seeing you around. Have a good time on the island. Steps away from you.
Give me those cards, everyone.
Yeah, that's. I was just gonna say Otto's gonna be checking these to make sure they're not like
Destroy
eavesdroppy cards.
Make an Arcana check.
I'm good at those.
Artyom is not planning to check them out. Artyom's planning to just destroy them outright. If you can whisper into something, that means it can listen. That's enough. That's enough.
Before handing it to Artyom, but he will ultimately hand it to Artyom. He had a 32 on his check to look at. I think examine it.
There is a range on it, but yes, these cards absolutely listen into conversations. That is what they are made to do. There's a glyph on the back of it that absolutely, like, if you were unwitting, like, did not have a clue what magics are out there and stuff, if he hands that card to you, it would transmit that probably within a couple of miles.
Okay. He hands it to Artyom and says, Uncle Artyom, these will transmit anything within a couple of miles directly to him.
Is this guy still in earshot?
Let's see if you left. You threatened to break his bones, so
yeah. I
need to see if how if I can find my freaking D10s. There we go. He is exiting the building, but he's outside in the streets now.
Cool.
But he's right there. You could follow him out.
I must say, I am quite displeased at his attempt to deceive us.
Yeah,
gather the cards together.
Yeah, he was handing us cards that were trying to spy on us.
Nilbo says, I almost went Scottish there for some reason. Discrepancy, please. Please.
Yes. Can I just...
What?
We'll take the cards and go into the kitchen and throw them in a trash can.
I think I said discrepancy. I meant discretion, please.
Yes.
Discretion, please.
Otto will not let them sit in the trash can. Otto will burn them.
Right. That's what I was getting at, is not starting a fire in the middle of a tavern and just going over there, let's toss those into the wastebasket and they'll hear nothing. It'll be fine.
Is there a fire? Well, no, there wouldn't be a fire going on.
Are you just gonna toss some cards into someone's as like getting the fillet?
We said it was a tavern, so I was imagining there was like, the tavern main room fire or something.
Oh, okay, like a fireplace.
Yeah, just yoink! Yeah, we're gonna be firebolting in the middle of the tavern.
Yeah!
I mean, this is a tropical location. I'm gonna go ahead and say logically, no, there's not a fire going on right now.
Candle, wall sconce, like lantern, literally the nearest source of
Tiki
flame
torches?
is getting. Yeah, it's getting.
Jesus
whatever
Christ.
the nearest active
The
flame
cooking
is
fire?
fed
I-
a
Okay.
small stack of cards.
I feel like if
Sure.
there was a tiki bar on this place, that's exactly where Artyom would take through.
Okay. All right. You can burn them. That is fine. Trash or burn. If they are just like arm cannon torched right here in the middle of the room, Nilbo will face palm incredibly hard.
No, Otto would just like walk up to the nearest source of flame and just like drop the like 7 or 8 cards on it.
Gotcha.
Nice. Subtle. I was like, this dude says discretion when we have like a 7-foot tall, shining white and gold warbler
Correct.
walking around.
Oh yeah, this is the most auspicious possible person.
Yeah,
But you
Nice.
are the shining
A
vanguard.
Gundam without the red trim.
we do be shiny.
Tall blue guy. This
All right. Well, I do not like this house, Sivis.
Yeah, they're
They-
not very good for the discretion part of things.
That was not an excellent first impression.
They're not really. First impressions aren't their thing. They're more about getting information out there and making sure everybody knows about everything, regardless of what kind of business it is.
Next time, we utilize diplomacy.
No, don't worry about it. plenty of people don't want to talk to those people, right? So I don't.
I
think
can't
this-
imagine anyone would.
So yeah, I don't imagine many people would be above telling those kinds of folks to fuck off, right? So I don't think that was anything he's not heard before.
Who would willingly choose an organization to side with that will result in most people disliking you? That
Yeah.
seems illogical.
People that think information should be free and available. It's not really a terrible thing, but the things you got to do to make it that way, not also great.
We should have this conversation somewhere else now, just to be safe.
Perhaps just let's let that all the conversation for die right now. You have a lot of other conversation to have about madness and tentacles, and I'm sure nobody will be interested in for whatever God knows reason.
It does seem to be strange to not be interested in the imminent invasion of the plane of madness.
People don't want to hear about the world ending. It's not
Don't want to believe it.
That is the kind of information that they should be spreading.
There are these in the Kalenta Plains. There are, clawfoots, but there are also these in the very south regions. These mutated versions of clawfoots that are kind of like big birds with really long necks, and they remind me of them. They put their head in the dirt when they are scared.
Go ahead and riff off a name for me for those creatures. You don't have to do it in character. Just give me something.
Rip off a name. Oh gosh, it's an ostrich. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know you're talking about an
Okay.
ostrich, but you know how like Velociraptor, Clawfoot, like
Yeah.
Sawtooth Titan, T-Rex.
Oh, my brain is farting. Neck runners.
Wonderful. I'll say Nilbo after you're talking about him for a moment. Nick runners, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yes, that's. I thought you were from the city, not from the plains.
Yeah, I lied.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fair.
Admits to lying. Sus.
Fucking Telltale Broom did not like that.
Are you trying to
Nope.
hide that, or you just like immediately
No, this is very like straightforward, dude. It's
angry face at Nilbo?
yeah.
Why would you keep something like that a secret? The Talenta Plains is a great place.
Sure it is. I didn't know you at the time. Didn't feel like getting attached all that much.
Well, okay. But you know me now, and I'm great. And you're a great pilot.
It'll be the first good thing I think you've said about me there, Arthur.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
You are also a talented pilot.
I've told
He's
you
gonna
things-
pat. Brent's gonna pat Otto like on the arm. I do believe that is what he meant when he said he was a good flyer.
Well, I mean, we're all spilling beans here. What's your story, Neilbo?
Nope. We're not doing that. Go back to talking about the tentacles and stuff. Much more important things to speak on. Rather than my backstory. I'll buy the next round. Tom steps up and buys a round for the table.
When he gets up-
When Neilbo gets up, Artyom will just be like, I don't know why he would get up and buy the next round. Sounds like he's just not wanting to tell about his backstory and getting more inebriated or opposing
Yeah.
forces.
Otto kind of leans in conspiratorially to Artyom, or not conspiratorially, but like,
Sus.
yeah, like, Uncle Artyom. It seems unfair that he seems to believe that it is not worth our time to hear about his past. We discuss our own pasts quite a bit. Would it not be fair?
Are you trying to
mean,
keep that from Nilbo when you're whispering that?
Oh, I thought he got up and went to go get rounds.
Yeah, he went. Oh, you're doing this
Oh.
while he went to go rounds? Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's like after he got up and walked away, just kind of like watch him go and be like, hold up.
Roll perception and disadvantage.
I mean, if he doesn't want to tell his his story. He doesn't have to tell. I mean, we're not going to force him to do it, but
Oh, he is under no obligation. My concern was that he undervalued his own past.
That's so
Maybe.
wholesome.
Someone gets back, puts out
Weak.
very weak beers. He is not by any means attempting to get the Shining Vanguard drunk. So it is
Right.
the
It's in his best interest.
like a very like light beer is at the table, you know, sour or pale ale sort of level.
Okay.
Very low ABV.
Is your masked friend going to return? Just
I-
like look after where Crowley like just fucking beelined out.
I'm going to be honest with you. He could still be here for all we know.
Oh,
And I will have changed forms, yes.
God damn it.
I just didn't want to be seen by the guy from this.
It's just some random like dude who sits down at the table.
Who are you?
I have seen you in my dreams.
Private table there, fella. He's talking to you, Crowley. If you come back looking like someone else, Nobo just says private table.
Yeah. Who are you? And why do you approach our table?
Well, I approach you because I find you all to be quite interesting, and no, it's Crowley.
Right.
I see.
Yeah, you can
I find
Well-
that hundo.
being able to shapeshift.
I'm going to, you know what? I haven't done
This
this.
is duplicitous by nature.
I'm going to try and reach for his face. See if the mask still works or not.
Try to reach for he's like
For Brune's face?
Yeah, I'm not physically going to do it, but we're going to try and see if, like, you know, the
You're-
mask still works.
you're
Steal
gonna
his
try to-
identity.
Yeah, take his identity. Absolutely. The invisible hand that nobody else sees that you see reaches out. The hooked, long, spider-like fingers hook underneath Brune's chin as his face comes off and into your mask.
When Brune says it's unnerving, it's like, I wouldn't worry about it. I can't really change it to everyone.
Insight.
That's up to
I'll
y'all.
fail in
That's
my
you-
comparison, but he would definitely
will
be like suspicious. I don't even have a fucking. Oh yeah, insight is an advantage. Let's go. 16, not bad.
1 second, I need this.
Easily outclassed by your plus 15, but I mean, hey.
19 plus 15.
I see. Well,
yeah, I mean, you know, if you have the capacity to do stuff like that, most of the time it's all about how you use it, right? Not necessarily that it's just that magic is bad by nature, right?
Indeed.
concealing oneself in order to go among. Concealing yourself as the member of another group. The kind of strategies, infiltration techniques that Zorgat implies. I find it. Disagree.
Why, thank you. I also find it disagreeable for that House Civis member to know exactly who I am and that I'm with you. Who knows when he could prove a thorn in the future.
I find incineration and the shattering of bones disagreeable, but
Calm
sometimes
down.
things are necessary.
Mate, please.
People around the bar is like, what the fuck is going on over there?
Yeah, we found the weird one. It was everyone take a drink. That's the one. Bam.
Oh, that's the thing that put him over the line into the weird one. Got it.
No, it's called deflection. Look at the strange one, not me.
Did your father not put in like a volume or some other like inhibition modulator or something? I don't know.
There were a variety of inhibitors in place during my creation. They were all disabled prior to my activation.
Can we enable that one for right now? Just like a couple of notches, like 2, 3 maybe?
One moment. Then the next time he speaks, It will be at a lower volume. He's not whispering. It's just coming out at a lower volume.
Out of curiosity, what volume level are you at? Right
Now? Oh, now it's like a 4, but he was at 10 out of 10.
But do you have an 11?
It goes to 6.
Thaumaturgy.
Yeah, I was about to say, next time I get a feat, I'll pick up thaumaturgy.
Excellent, excellent.
Good.
Don't say I never did anything for you.
In his full volume but lowered volume voice, he will say to the table, in that regard, I am thinking I will need to change out some of my equipment for things better suited to this form of espionage and intelligence gathering. Any suggestions for capabilities we may need?
Lockpicking.
Otto's gonna change his prepared spell lists out.
Oh, I thought you were gonna change your armor. Oh wait, you're not an armor anymore. Fuck. I was thinking of sneaky armor. I know. That's true.
I don't know. I mean, you can do all kinds of really good stuff with magic. Just keep on keeping it up, I guess. Artyom has no fucking clue what you're capable of in character.
Bruin's just chilling. I don't know what that means.
that teleporting stuff, that's really handy. I saw you doing that real good.
Just kind of like thumbs
sorry,
up
go
at the
on.
dragonfly. Sorry.
What's
I was
up,
gonna say, teleporting, making yourself invisible, making illusions of yourself. These are all wonderful variations of duplicity. Do you have access to anything of the sort?
Much of that, yes. I will work out the details. Starts taking out a notebook.
If you have any questions, I'm here.
Where can I find aligned Bishik?
Table turns towards Brune.
believe
Let's
it's
take that
generally
volume down.
located
to 2
underground.
now.
And, but yeah, we have to just kind of hang out here and chat until the time. But so Nilbo, did you grow up in the plains or just born there?
Yep. Oh look, it's Irish and you'll love it as Thrillia and Irish walk in.
Masterfully done.
It's good for the DM to be able to deflect for his NPCs. Thrillia will walk up to you, Brune, and say, "You have found a place for all of our folk. They are on the northwestern side of the island. It is quite loud over there, but they seem to be taking to it. Many parties are happening everywhere. They seem to be having an okay time." And she gets a little bit closer to your ear. "Your brother is okay. He has calmed down now."
I see. Any other episodes? Understandable.
"You here and there. Nothing serious."
I see. Well, the loud noise. Many things can be hiding within the excitement. And be sure to keep a careful eye.
"Already taken care of."
Good.
While they're having that super serious conversation, Artyom's like, "Wait, those new pants that are looking really good." Then he's giving me Eric his chair. And he goes and grabs another one.
The most transparent of people, Artyom is.
You're mad at me. I'm gonna go over here.
Well, no, he's not like leaving. He's just giving up his chair to Erish while he goes and gets another chair for them.
Oh, okay.
Just like accepts it and sits down sort of quietly with you. If anybody has anything else for the conversations for right now, or we can fast forward to 11 o'clock.
I want to see
The
how
meeting.
many times you can deflect
For Nilbo.
Learn to Nilbo's background. No, you're fine.
Give me a persuasion check against Nilbo.
Sure. 15.
15.
Nilba has to make a I don't want to fucking talk about it check. Like,
Which is percentile. Fuck. Versus a 15.
No, I rolled a d20. Nilbo, after you pester him, probably on the 5th or 6th time, stops you like in the middle of the 6th and just says, listen, all right, I've had a lot of crews and a lot of things have gone sideways in the past with them. I ship around folk like you that seek out dangerous things. It's probably best that we just keep our relationships on surface level. It was actually pleasant for me for you to not like me. All right? That's it. Keep our relationship surface level and business-like, and we are all A-okay.
Right, but that was before I knew you liked me, though. I thought you didn't like me either.
What gave you the impression that I like you?
Because you told me that you were born in the Toronto Plains.
No, I didn't. I said that I knew what an Eberron was, and
Well, you reached out. You made the connection. We're friends now. You have to accept it.
The two of you are going to be excellent friends.
no, we ain't no.
All right.
Oh, look at that time. He says 45 minutes before 11 o'clock. Better start walking to the 15-minute walk that you guys need to make.
I'm just gonna start pulling identities while I'm waiting for the actual time.
Sure. Absolutely.
So if every time you take an identity, you see a weird hand thing pull their face off. Part of me, of course, no one has the answers. Part of me wonders, was Gorham ever just standing next to Crowley and just saw a weird fucking hand just go to someone's face?
that's very strange.
I hope so,
Anyway.
since I
That's a
pulled
good
his face
question.
too.
Oh God, that is terrifying.
A hand just pulls your face off of you and then disappears.
When Gandalf had the he had true sight too, right?
No, he had
Oh.
invisibility.
Oh, dang.
If I had true sight, that'd have been a whole different ball game. I might not have gotten rid of that bitch. I'd have been like, hold on now, wait a second.
Wait a minute.
Talk about this.
We can figure something out.
We would have definitely had to make the curse greater.
Well, anyways, other than that,
Chat.
very well. In that case, we will fast forward from this moment. The Shining Vanguard is invited into Lyrandar Estate. You are ushered into an office after a while, fairly clandestine. Nobody is on the grounds at this point of Lyrandar Estate. You're led back by Lyrandar guards into the main estate area towards like a side house. And in a sort of just dark unlit room is a male, and it's a fairly simple place, probably like a storage room of some sort, nothing fancy, no sort of office or anything, but just like probably a wine cellar, that's what we'll say. The barrels, the sort of lines of barrels, and you see a gentleman back there, sort of sconces on the wall or floating torches along this place. A tall, lithe half-elf, sort of sun-kissed skin, but his hair is sort of platinum blonde. He's wearing very fine, like silk white suit, it looks like. And on either side of his face, sort of wrapping up on either side, this blue shimmering white tattoo looking almost on either side, wrapping up and around his eyebrows. Various different designs swirling in it. Anybody who would take a couple of seconds to inspect it, this is very much a mark of House Lyrandar. This is a dragon mark. He's as he's sitting there, Nobo, sort of leading the group here, introduces you to this half-elf. Shining Vanguard, Ezreal Delirandar. Ezreal. This is the Shining Vanguard.
Says man's name is Ezreal.
Correct.
Excellent to meet you.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Artyom, nice to meet you.
Looks at Otto's hands and sort of nods his head at you, Otto. You will have to be quite forgiving if I do not shake your hand.
That is
Sort of
okay.
keeps his hands behind his back at the moment. I've heard of some of your deeds. Nobo has revealed some of the more kept quiet ones. But I have heard of your deeds in Aetor. No subtle feat at all. Baroness Esravas has gone missing. We're not exactly sure from where. And that doesn't seem, by the look of your faces, doesn't seem to be that much of a surprise. May I ask how that is not a surprise to the lot of you?
Everyone just looks at Azure.
Well. Been looking for her to gain support of House Leandar in what is going to be the upcoming war against Zoriat.
Sort of eyes you
And-
over Azure. Looking
my-
over. Go ahead.
Sorry. Through my bit of detective work, I've noticed that she's not had stuff on books for over 2 weeks. So, not necessarily know that she's missing, but know that she's not been taking meetings for a while. Which, for the leader of a house, is very strange.
Interesting. Right. Sort of staring over you, and like even though his eyes go over the rest of the Shining Vanguard, his eyes always seem to pull back towards you, Azure. Well, your inclination was correct. She is missing. Has been for some time. Disappeared overnight. We are not exactly sure where she has gone. I will give you access to the Leandar grounds to search the estate, if you will. However, this has to be done in official means with... No one can know that the Baroness has gone missing. Have you told anyone outside of this room?
Every single person we passed.
Well, yes. The King of Karnath knows.
Oh, you know that Caius guy? Oh, we're great friends.
Caius is aware.
No, Gandalin. The no King of Karnath.
Obviously, like, taking in some news that the royalty of Karnath has changed.
Looks like you're a little bit out of the loop. We travel pretty fast.
It would seem that way.
You folk make great ships.
Anyways, you're going to be on her schedule for tomorrow morning.
Okay.
A private interview of the Shining Vanguard to be held behind closed doors of her quarters, where she was last seen.
All right. Do we start the investigation there?
I figured that's his best place, but if you have other ideas, I am all ears.
She had
That
not
is-
previously been seeing anyone, and then she has a meeting that will cause a disturbance. There are people who have questions.
Well, I'm not sure how your friend here found out that she didn't have meetings, but we have been falsifying meetings quite thoroughly.
I see.
Well, I mean, before that, did she have someone that she would visit occasionally?
No one that I'm aware of.
Okay. She stayed up in her place, and that was it. Didn't venture out. No regular restaurants she liked to go to or anything like that.
When I saw her the night before her disappearance, we had a late meeting. After walking her back to the estate, she was going to bed. All the servants that we have questioned saw her going into her room for the night. And when they were there to awake her the next day, she was not there.
Insight check.
Sure.
It was the cousin!
22.
22.
In her quarters with the golf club.
Oh no,
I hope not.
not the golf club.
I would prefer her to be alive so that we can have an ally, not to be the guys who came into another place and now there's a ruler dead or some shit like that.
So these guys have traveled to 3 nations, and every time they show up somewhere, there's a new leader in like a week.
Just so happens to be part of
Did
the
I-
Shanning Vanguard. We don't know what's going on.
How
We're
many
really
days
good
ago
at
did
that.
he say the disappearance was?
It's been weeks now.
A week.
Weeks, plural. Oh, scheisse.
So more than 2 weeks?
Right.
Okay. Oof.
Okay.
Yeah, because he said that she didn't have anything on the books for at least 2 weeks.
Right.
so-
Yeah, Azur found out the information that she didn't have anything over the past couple of weeks. Like nothing was planned. So this guy is saying multiple weeks now that she's gone missing.
Hey, what was that exact day that she went missing?
Tuesday, isn't it?
I find you.
Thorn went.
Feel like we must attack you now. Giant smite.
This is
Kosik just descends from the ship and fucking
Ugh.
beams him in the
this is perhaps the height of foolishness, but how much of an investigation was conducted in her living quarters when the servants did not find her that morning? Arcana, physical, etc.
Well, considering we've had to pull people only in that I trust personally, I fear the investigation may not have been as thorough as it could have been. I have
Would
heard
you-
stories of your abilities. That is why I'm bringing you in.
Would you allow us immediate access to that room?
That is the plan.
Excellent.
You are scheduled to meet with her tomorrow morning for an interview about what happened in nature.
One more question. Have you kept track of all servants going into her room and everyone else going into that room since then?
The Baroness is waited on hand and foot by hundreds of servants. I do have a list of servants for you, but none that specifically. I do have a list for that shift for that night. None that may have specifically gone into that room. No. I will say
But-
that everybody has been thoroughly questioned about their whereabouts the last time they saw the Baroness. Thoroughly. And from the people that we've talked to, no one knows anything.
And since that morning, the room has been cordoned off completely. Yes?
No one's gone in there that I'm aware of.
Excellent.
As
he
to your insight check, because we didn't get to that, you after he says that she went missing, I mean, he seems nervous, but not necessarily like looking for the subtle tells of a liar. He doesn't seem to present any of them.
Did he have an exact day that she went missing?
Yeah, I mean, he'll give. I'm not gonna rattle off a month and
Right,
day
yeah.
of the week, but he will.
But how many days exactly have passed?
I'll say it's been about 19 days at this point.
Okay.
So nearly 3 weeks.
Okay, gotcha.
No, I'm sorry. No, that's not right at all. It's been it's been about almost a month at this point.
Okay.
Sorry.
So 28 days?
Yeah, about 28, 29 days.
Gotcha.
So this seems very much like a last resort sort of thing to do.
Gotcha. All right. So, has she gone anywhere or met with any people before her disappearance?
Hundreds, yes.
Okay. I mean, were you very close with her? Did you see her every day?
Not every day, no. She traveled a lot.
Right. But while here, was she the person that you probably interacted with the most?
That I interacted with her regularly, yes.
But
Sorry,
the
I did
most?
not bring you on for myself to be questioned. I'm bringing you on for you to find her.
Right.
I'm trying to. What information are you trying to glean?
I'm trying to understand if you're someone who knows her well or if you're just an employee.
Of everyone here, I probably know her the best.
Thank you.
I
That's what I was getting at.
Wonderful. Sorry, just ask those questions plainly. I would be happy to answer them. My cousin had a heart for travel. It is completely... While I don't think that she would purposefully abandon all of her responsibilities, she has always loved to travel. So...
Has she ever run away before?
A day or two, at most, absconded from her duties. Not this.
So this could be absconding and then something happened along the way.
I would rather not speak it into existence, but it is a chance.
Okay. Well, anything that seems like a very big key bit of information. Any other tidbits like that you'd care to share? Did she like to drink a lot? Did she have any bad habits?
She is more adventurous than the next soul, but she respected herself as well. No to drinking other than the occasional glass of wine. No other substances that I'm aware of. She is the Baroness of House Lyrandar. And while she loves her travel, she wouldn't neglect the entirety of the house.
Right. I understand. I'm not trying to speak ill of her. I'm not going to go around and let people know all of the things that you've told me.
Right.
I'm just
Well,
trying to. I've never met the woman. I'm trying to get the good sense of who she is, so we can help try and maybe find out what happened to her.
Are there any passageways within the estate? Hidden?
There are a few, yes.
I would assume that there's at least one that goes into her quarters.
None that I'm aware of that lead directly into her quarters. And I know the grounds fairly well. We've grown up
But they
here.
do exist.
What's that?
But they do exist.
Corridors
Right.
within the estate of House Lyrandar, but none directly to her room that he says.
That he knows of.
That he knows of, yeah.
Was the Baroness a spellcaster by any stretch? I mean, I understand she probably had the dragon mark, but
Indeed, and everything that came with that.
okay. Is she very, very talented in these gifts, or?
As much as the next person with a greater dragon mark, yes.
Okay.
Artyom, give me a quick Arcana check.
Sure.
He definitely possesses a greater one, right? That's why it's so fucking big.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
You said an Arcana check?
Yeah.
5.
Okay, you have no clue what kind of power that grants someone then.
So she can fly, air magic, maybe control some tornadoes. things like that.
He's with you until you say maybe control some tornadoes, and he's yes.
What?
He says yes.
Yeah. If you don't know, he's not gonna let you know that she can't.
Does Otto know these things?
I mean, you can give me an Arcana check.
Hey! Only rolled single digits. That'll be a 23.
23. Greater dragon marks can give someone some decent abilities out of like mechanic talking like 3rd level spells sometimes. So, but nothing like controlling tornadoes would maybe be a little bit much.
Otto will immediately chirp in with, in fact, the complete range of abilities capable of the dragon mark of her tier would be, and then he will just like an objective scientific list of like the things that could be done.
Right.
Fireball.
That is well.
That is super good information. Thank you. So she utilized this dragon mark. She was not a established sorceress or wizard or anything like that.
No.
Okay. Do you guys have any questions while we're here before we start snooping about tomorrow?
What did you say
Not
your name
immediately.
was again? And he looks at you, Azur.
It's Rob.
I didn't mention my name.
And it is
The call.
roll a persuasion check.
She says it's blue, but in like a different language.
You said the call?
18. Yeah.
This is
He
last
did
minute.
say to call. Okay.
Gods, arrest this man! Oh shit!
So how obvious is it that Azur is an air genasi? I mean, has he got like one of those things to where his
He's
hair
blue!
is
I am
constantly...
blue.
Oh,
My hair is
there's
kind
plenty
of
shit
constantly.
in D&D that's blue, okay? I just wanted to make
What
sure.
else?
It is very obvious that I am an air genasi.
A fucking Goliath frost giant, maybe? Or any...
They don't got hair.
He could be wearing a fucking wig. You don't know. Maybe he's self-conscious. He's a miniature Goliath frost giant.
Can I get a just a quick perception check from the other folk in the room? Not you, Azur.
Bet.
Oh, I like 27.
27.
Natural 1.
Um,
God,
Surface folk look the same, especially cloud folk, right?
bringing in that
Yeah.
bringing in that
Very-
gore and perception.
30, 20. What'd you say?
Here to represent Short Kings.
Artyom, what was yours?
27.
27 and dirty 20. Okay. Crowley, what's your perception check?
It's still rolling. Sorry.
Oh wow.
I got an advantage on a lot of stuff. Perception isn't one of them.
That's wonderful for me.
What? Not having an advantage on perception?
It was on a nat 20 and then it moved. Shit. It's 14. Dirty 20. Yes, thank you. Barking mosquito. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. No, I'd say all of those are high enough as both of y'all sort of like look in between Azur and Ezreal, like both sort of like just talking at each other, and you're like the pale blue eyes, the high cheekbones, like there is familial resemblance here.
Aw, shit. Azur's an incest baby. That's fucking awkward, dog.
What?
I don't think that's what he was getting at.
What?
Oh, my bad. That's his dad!
What?
I'm pretty. Isn't that the bear?
Oh, I know.
His cousin?
Yes.
That's-
Jesus Christ. You're banned. Put your mic on mute and don't talk again for the rest of the session.
I'm sorry. I've been watching House of the Dragon and stuff. I'm really in that Game of Thrones mindset.
Jesus Christ.
Your mom already called it.
Little do you know, it's Israel Targaryen Delirandar.
Oh God.
Yeah. So we'll be here in the morning to start investigations. If people ask us why we're here, what should we say?
That the Baroness is congratulating you, the heroes of Aether.
So when a servant walks in on us snooping in her unmentionables, it'll be like, hey, we're here on behalf of being the heroes of Aether.
There will be no one walking in on you. I will assure you that.
All right.
Your presence is to go largely unnoticed in the estate itself. And should you need to move elsewhere, we will coordinate that accordingly. Nilvo here can get in touch with me.
Okay.
If you need to move outside of her room after you are escorted there, we will do so.
All right.
Okay. Any other questions?
Hey, what was the last thing you guys talked about before you saw her? Or before she went missing?
You're speaking about love.
Oh. What about love in particular?
She was asking me about an old partner. Don't know why it was on her mind, but it was.
Yeah.
So,
Who was this partner?
she was asking me about an old partner of mine, not of hers, which I do not think is of any relevance to this conversation.
Are you currently seeing anyone?
No.
Maybe she was trying to bring this person back into your life.
Unless she has gained some new powers of necromancy, I highly doubt it. Now, if there is nothing else,
I apologize.
you have a good night.
I apologize.
Oof.
I'll just leave now. Sorry.
Just right into that ring. Bah! Right in the face. Whew. That's rough.
10:30 a.m. I'll see you here. You guys split your ways. Where is the Shining Vanguard going?
Zor
Yeah.
is gonna stick around for a little bit longer and then kind of approach him and, as best as he can, sort of whisper to the guy. Why do you seem so interested in me? You keep
Into the mic, Wyatt.
you kept looking at me most and kind of weird like. Is there a particular reason for that?
You look familiar. Maybe I've seen you around the island. Have a good night.
Insight check.
Sure. Roll an insight check. He says have a good night and he turns around.
Bet. Natural 20, or whatever that gives me.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Natural 20 plus what?
Wisdom. If you don't have anything.
Plus, plus 3.
Plus 3 for a 24 total.
Natural 20 plus 3, I think is 23.
Is that what I said? I was doing some other math in my head. What did I
Math
say?
ain't math, and you said 24. It's 23.
Oh, I said 24? My bad. 23. quick glance at him before he turns around and walks away from this little exchange. He's not convinced. He doesn't know. He's trying to place you like in his mind somewhere. You can just see when he says perhaps around the island, you can see he's just kind of not sure.
Alright, cool. Azure leaves as well.
Okay. You guys leave. Where's the Shining Vanguard going? Please stop. For my sake, Jesus Christ, I did not.
Whoa, you're welcome. What can I say?
I hate it.
Welcome.
I hate it here.
Head cannon.
You know what? What's everybody's armor class? Yeah, actually, you know what? Everybody make. Don't make them. You're just gonna take damage.
Wait a minute. Whoa, hey!
One
I
of
was
those
just
What
gonna
is
say
this?
that
It's
point.
implied incest damage. That's what it is.
Jesus Christ.
I don't like that form of damage.
All right, this was a great session, DM. I'm out. You have a good weekend.
Hour.
Next week.
Rocks fall. Brune dies specifically.
Ah, how much damage? What's the damage?
He says, I enlarge and catch the.
One of the pieces of the moon fall out of the fucking sky and just.
How many
Moon.
Earth elementals
Okay.
over there punching the fucking moon?
All right. Is there anything else
So,
anybody would like to do tonight?
Otto will be spending any spare time after we depart, configuring his stuff over for less direct action solutions.
Okay.
We are seen out of this building to, I presume, some form of gates. Do guards escort us out, or is this guy, or what is the departure
This guy does
process
not
like?
go.
Okay.
Does not go with you. You have like not guards, but like house servants sort of escort you out.
Okay. I guess once we get to some place to where you can speak without people directly like near us.
Yeah. Let's say directly out of the gates is probably pretty deserted at the moment.
Do you think we should go back in there and investigate things, or see what everyone's up to when they think that no one else is around? I don't know. I'm not an investigator in this manner usually.
Let's wait until the morning and see what they have for us. And if they do have something else prepared, we'll notice that too, hopefully.
Okay.
And that at least we'll know if someone's trying to play us either way.
Okay. Sounds good. Let's.
You saying that out loud?
Yes.
I'm talking
To the
about
party.
RTM. Did you message that to Crowley or did you say it out loud to the party?
I said that out loud in the party.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, did he message? Holy shit.
Yeah. I that's why I was wondering. I need to know what Nilbo hears. To which he'll respond, your friend's right. You shouldn't try to get into trouble before you've exhausted every other option. Israel is cutthroat in business, but he's all right, and he's always cared for the Baroness as far as I know.
All right. Hey, I mean, if you can vouch for him, then good.
I'm not vouching for anybody. I'm just saying as far as I know him. Not very well, but
Artel will start walking like, I trust the judgment of a friend.
not your friend.
Yes, you
Not
are.
your friend, pal.
Don't know.
Not your
Y'all
buddy,
sound like y'all are
guy.
pretty good friends already.
What'd you say, is there?
Y'all sound like y'all are pretty good friends.
Wrong.
Wrong.
I don't get it. You don't want to be my friends, and now I reciprocate the or at least I'm let it be known that I reciprocate it, and now you want to be friends. This doesn't make any sense at all. You guys are led back up to the. Well, actually, where are you guys going? Are you guys staying in a resort here in Stormholm? Are you going back up to the Stormbringer? Where are you going?
It's late at night, I presume, at this point?
Yeah. It's like midnight.
Okay.
There's a big party going on the northwest side, as Bruin's lover has informed him.
West
but
side.
northwest side specifically.
Northwest side.
Definitely plan that lore ahead of time.
Crowley will go to the resort.
Okay. Just a resort.
A specific resort. I'm going to one of the resorts which houses my contact.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
I will go back to the airship, or wherever, wherever Erish is gonna be staying the night. Or I'll ask Erish. Erish was with us, wasn't he? He was in the bar. Did he
Erish-
stay with us?
Erish was getting food at the bar, but he did say that he had to make his way back up to the airship.
Okay. I'll go back up to the airship and chat with Erish and let him know that I will be completely forthcoming with him and said, yeah, I messed up this morning. I shouldn't have just invited a whole bunch of people onto the airship. Sometimes I want to do acts of good without thinking and don't take into consideration those effects they have on others, like a majority of the time. But I realized I upset you, so I wanted to not upset you, and was a little bit dishonest by messaging a pretty well stranger person ahead saying, hey, no, just get your people out. I don't want to be in the doghouse.
He is, by the end of this long, like, drawn out apology that you've obviously overthought, he is smiling at you by the end of it. He's like, it's fine. You're okay, truly.
Okay, good. Let's go get to the resort, and then we're going to find one of those tropical shirts, and we're going to get a tailor to make one for Bill, and it is going to be hilarious. And I hope you loved it, because it also will be pretty cool.
I have some things that I need to tend to on the airship. Take Bill. You and him haven't had a lot of time to hang out together alone. He's your friend. Please.
Yeah, okay.
After the conversation of honesty that you just gave him, a sort of a guilty look washes over his face. I'm taking care of something for Crowley. And
Oh.
you know how he likes his secrets.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. If it was something dangerous, I know you'd let me know. So, I just stay safe.
Of course.
Okay.
So you and Bill going to the northwest side of the island?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're going
All right.
northwest side.
What is everybody else doing?
Otto is in his lab, so.
Okay. Otto's in his lab changing his stuff. What's Azur doing?
Azur will probably join Crowley, or not Crowley, fucking Bill and. Jeez. Yes.
Okay. Bill and Artyom?
Bill and Artyom. Yes, that's the one. Uh huh.
Okay. Yeah, easily enough. What is Bruin doing?
So, if they allow him to, Bruin is actually going to stay on the airship tonight. He'll check in with his underfolk, make sure no incidents have occurred before going back up the spire to the airship. Basically to do a mixture of two things: of getting over not like being away and not able to keep an eye on them in like a controlled environment of like technically they're still in the same city. They're in the same general ballpark, but forced separation kind of thing.
Yeah. When you check on them, it looks like between Erish and Thrillia. Thank you. Between Erish and Thrillia, they've actually gotten them some rooms that Thrillia has suggested that are somewhat underground, it looks like, in the sense that they are built into the cliff face of this resort on sort of on the northwestern side. So they're built in, sort of carved into the rocks of this place.
Good stone housing.
Yeah, essentially. But the only difference being like balconies, to which when you walk into rooms, if you were going to check on any of your family or anything like that, like curtains are drawn and stuff like that.
You do like a general like roundabout of checking on like the majority of everybody, see how everybody's doing.
Yeah.
Okay. And second purpose is he'd check out. Fucking Otto said that he has a workshop and that he does stuff, so he'd spend a little bit of time looking in on that. And definitely spending some time very purposely being up on top of the deck, looking out over the just out into the big emptiness of like if this is somewhere there that everybody's gonna have to be at some point, he's got to get over that fear first. So.
Okay.
How late does Otto stay up?
Probably pretty late, because he doesn't have to do the whole sleeping thing. He just has to be like dormant for a while. So
Okay. Well, at like 2 o'clock in the morning, maybe like 2:30, whatever you're doing, Barrack will come in there and start flapping you around in the face.
I'd say Brune is probably in there by this point, like watching him work. I don't know if you're still awake at this point at 2 a.m., but
We left at midnight, so I figured.
yeah.
Right.
So it's a bat flying around in your face, Otto.
yeah, so it is probably like Otto wrapping up and putting away tool sets and stuff. And oh, what? Just bird in his fucking face while he's trying to
Bat
like
screeching,
put things away.
flying towards the door,
Yeah.
screeching.
Very well. I am on my way.
Eventually, we'll lead you back to a resort with a drunk Bill and Artyom on the beach.
Oh, that is much better than what I was concerned about.
Yeah, don't shoot anybody. All right. Okay. So you want to get drunk? Easy way. I don't know why I didn't do this sooner. Easy way. You can get drunk right now. Do you want to get drunk tonight with me?
Is watching Artyom say all of that. I guess all of his looks are blank looks because he doesn't have like facial
Yes.
expressions. But I am quite curious about the sensation indeed.
Okay. All right. And you'll look. There is a bowl, a large bowl, like a mixing bowl, and it is full of a strong liquor.
You see, Uncle Artyom, I don't think you
Wait.
grasp what the difficulty here
Wait.
is.
No. This is going to be hilarious. Okay. So, some stuff is going to happen to you. You just have to let this happen, okay?
I trust you, Uncle Artyom.
It is a mistake.
Okay. So.
The last time I trusted him, I killed a king.
It dude, I mean, he came back to life. That doesn't count. Shh. Okay. And then Artyom's gonna sum it up, and on me and Dessert and Otto and Bill, I'm going to turn all four of us into dire wolves.
Just on the beach. It's pretty late. Okay. No one seems to take notice of all the party goers at the beach. There's just a lot of drunk people on the beach right now.
They do notice. They're just like, yeah!
And they're like, big dogs, awesome. Everyone likes dogs, especially drunk people.
I will say this is it's quite odd, the sensation of being this far north and on the beach, because you have these white sandy beaches. It's very warm out. People are partying. It's very like summer vibes on the coast. And then you look up in the cloudless sky and you see like the aurora borealis over your head, like just gorgeous, streaking across the skies, greens, like being displaced into reds and blues and stuff like that. It's wild.
And
While you're transformed in this way, the target retains its alignment, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma scores. So it is not polymorph.
Nice.
So you're aware of what is happening to you.
That's even
DM.
more busted.
Would you, since this is similar to wild shape, would you say that my Kalashtar mental communication worked while under the effects of animal shapes? 8th level spell.
8th level. Let's see what it says. Let's read it.
The description on animal shapes is surprisingly short for
Really?
an 8th level spell. Yeah.
Animal.
It's only 3
shapes.
paragraphs.
I'm just saying, for other 8th level spells, like by comparison, it's pretty short.
Fair.
8th level spell. Here is your booklet for your new spells.
Yeah.
You're like
There's
a
some spells
PS2
that's
game booklet.
so
You gotta
much.
it comes in like a old plastic case. You actually gotta hold on.
You gotta figure it out. You sit
figure
there. Wait 1 second. This is the first time I've cast this spell.
One
Oh.
eternity later.
Flip, flip, flip.
You have to have a
Ah!
bookmark for your spell entries.
Jesus. I mean, all wizards have to have a bookmark for their spell entries. I mean,
That's a good question. Is Azir drunk as well?
Oh yeah. That was
Okay.
the whole
Oh, you-
point of going with you and Bill.
hell yeah.
Creature is
So
limited
you-
in the actions it can perform by the nature of its new form, and it can't speak or cast spells. I'll give you a give me for the role play. Doesn't happen in combat.
Okay. Well, okay. So I can speak to them, even if they can't speak back.
Hmm.
I can still understand what they're saying.
Oh yeah, sure. You can understand beast. So yeah. You just-
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen a dire wolf have an existential crisis, but that's probably what you're watching happen right now.
I can breathe.
Yeah, this is the first time Otto has experienced taking breath. This is the first time Otto
Yeah.
has experienced touching things with like actual skin and feeling things in the same way that other living creatures do.
Oh
This is the
god.
first time he's smelled anything that intensely because it's a fucking direwolf.
You know what?
Yeah.
But also like through organic olfactory sensors instead of through like magical processing that then tells him what he's experiencing.
That's a good point,
Um,
Otto. Roll a sanity check for me.
Holy fuck.
Tell me.
I grabbed
roll-
the percentile dice again on accident.
You're a bad man.
No, you're rolling.
You're a bad man,
You're rolling
RTM.
percentile.
You
No,
know,
I am
had
rolling
pla-
percentile.
I
You
had
are
planned
rolling
on doing
percentile.
it.
You are
I planned.
you're rolling percentile. You're trying to get under a 70.
42.
Very well. While overwhelming, you
I-
Go ahead.
overwhelming, but eventually you come to terms with what has happened.
Yeah.
It is not a quick process though, so you're probably gonna have a shell-shocked direwolf that is like freaking out. Like you ever seen like a cat having the zoomies? It's like that, but a like 250-pound wolf.
It's just mentally. It's all right. Calm down. Just be chill with the environment.
How can I be chill?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it says, listen, look. He just runs. He's running back and forth. Okay. Yeah, it's really great. It's wild. It's a wild.
Thank you.
Hey, okay, well, I guess you like.
Thank you.
Okay, are you you didn't drink you didn't drink anything. Okay, this is okay. You guys ready for an excellent Bill? You good? You
Bill,
good, Bill?
Bill, he has not got up from his. He's in his parasaur form on his back, drunk as shit already.
No, Bill is a wolf.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. In
Oh,
his
okay.
parasaur form, he was on his back. You turn him into a
Oh,
wolf.
okay.
He hasn't moved. He's got all four legs in the air. You ask him if he's good. His tail starts wagging. His head looks rounded. I'm just fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll go with a different kind. Okay, you ready for the next? Do you have any requests?
He's like jumping in the water as you're doing that, probably not hearing anything you're saying.
Okay. I don't come back. Come back to the rest of it. Otto.
Eventually comes running back up to you, just like
Okay.
eyes super wide, giddily panting.
All
An
right.
overjoyed canine.
He's a fucking Labrador Retriever in a dire wolf's body.
Yeah, that is exactly what's going on right now.
All right. So, what animal next?
You decide. This was excellent.
Or okay, we'll go with a. You know what? One you've seen plenty of times before. Everybody back up from each other.
A couple cautious steps backward, looking between Artyom and Bill.
Oh, like a little bit more. Little bit more.
No, I'm not
A look
moving.
of
You're
panic
back
as he
up.
takes a couple more steps back.
Okay. Bill, at least get on your front. Get on your front.
Why? He's comfortable.
Yeah, well, you're going to be a lot bigger.
I can be big on my back. This is fun.
Yeah, well, you might draw more attention that way.
If you sit too long, Otto's probably gonna start like jumping around and playing his place again.
Disadvantage on a on an acrobatics check to stand up. Ace does the, you know, dogs like do the quick twist to sort of like flip up on the. It takes a couple of those, but he gets it. It's like a chunky dog doing it.
And next shapeshift will be in the Quetzes.
Okay. As
Oh.
you
Big bird.
see,
Okay, shit. Otto,
They're
don't
the
go
biggest bird.
too far. Don't go too far.
right
You're
when
like,
you're about to change them into Quetzes, there is a drunk beach goer that is sort of like stumbling, and she looks over at all of you and she goes, "Oh, puppies!" And then Quetzes are in front of her,
Oh.
and she passes out.
As you're talking to Otto, trying to explain to him not to go too far, he's just like a tangle of like limbs and wings and stuff trying to like get oriented.
Well, you all right? You crawl like you're well, shit. Have you ever crawled before? You're never
Just
a
get
baby.
a little bird head shake.
You're a little baby. Okay. These two forward, these in the back, spread wide, flip.
I've always wanted to do this. Bill up, and then shortly thereafter, just crashes into the ocean, like maybe about 20 feet.
Oh, into the ocean?
Yeah,
Like he's
Otto,
gonna drown?
full on into the ocean, and
Oh
then
God.
you see a Quetz like surface. Not as easy as it looks.
It can be difficult. But
Otto,
you're built
like-
for it.
Waddle jumps into the ocean as well and starts like swimming as a quest.
I mean, that
Circles
works.
around Bill.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if we're going to be in the water, then we just go with some fish. Just, whoop, everyone's fish now. I will make sure that Azure gets into the water before transforming him into a fish.
Between every transformation, you just hear Joe said,
Oh shit.
"Damn, I'm drunk as shit." Is this actually happening?
It's fucking... All right, but yeah, we'll continue to do that. That spell technically is concentration for 24 hours.
Gotcha.
So we'll spend way too late doing that and then get some sleep. Maybe. No, some sleep. They said
Just to
11 in the
address-
morning, right?
He said 10:30.
10:30.
Crowley, going back to you about your contact, you will be made aware that your contact will be playing at tomorrow night. They will tell you, you'll ask them their name and as for the performer, and they'll tell you that they're playing tomorrow night and they'll give you at whatever pre-established location, like nice resort area that you have.
All right. I guess I'll take a room at the resort.
Sure. Deduct 10 gold for me.
No problem.
Oh shit, that's a nice resort. Holy fuck.
Does it come with a complimentary Hawaiian shirt?
Let's say it comes with like the continental breakfast.
No chocolates on the pillow. Thank you for staying at.
No,
yada, yada.
definitely like the bottle of champagne waiting in the room for you, sort of deal. 10 gold, it's nice. It's meant
All
for
right,
people
well,
balling
shit.
out. All right. In that case, if there's nothing else anybody wants to do for the night, tomorrow morning comes. Shining Vanguard plus Bruin United are ready to go to the meeting. Kaushik, you get
I'm
your long
awake.
rest. Yep.
Who's this?
And with
Who
the
are you?
and with that, we'll end tonight's session. So, thank you guys for playing with me. Thank you guys for joining us. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. We're gonna pick back up with this next Saturday. We do Across Eberrons every Saturday, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On Wednesdays, we do Blood and Silver, GM by our wonderful Otto. So, what?
raid.
Oh,
Yep, I plan on it. I just hear someone whispering in my ears. The voices, they're back. As I was saying, Blood and Silver, Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, DM by our wonderful Otto. We're getting into the final episodes of that, so please do go check it out. I think that we may not be playing this upcoming Wednesday, but we may have something to fill your time anyway. So the best way to do that is to go check us out on Twitter and TikTok, and follow us on Twitch to know when we go live. So please do that. And also, as always, please ! charity in the chat. We're raising money for Extra Life. Open your hearts and wallets to a really great cause, and save some kids. Go do the right thing. We're going to raid our friends over at Dice Legends. We're going to go ahead and start that raid. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And no, we're not on Facebook, but we are on Twitch, TikTok, Twitter. Drop us a follow here, please. If you're feeling it in your heart of hearts, please subscribe. That also helps us out a ton. And until next time, guys, much love. Bye.
Open the heart wallets. Open the heart wallets. Open the
Here's
heart.
what Jinx put in chat.